Hello and welcome to the Montclair State Soccer Park for this Red Hawk Sports Network production.
The shot, right foot, goal, Montclair State.
Absolutely amazing.
And then he loaded up the shot, cranked it, sends it into the back of the net.
He scores!
What they're all about. It was just an amazing win.
Going to be it here from the Red Hawk Sports Network. We'll see you guys next time.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to MSU Soccer Park, and welcome to the Red Hawk Sports Network. I'm Luke Sirianni, joined by Thomas Gaffney Jr., and we have a great prime matchup here in the NJAC semifinals. The Stockton Ospreys are in town to redo the 2023 NJAC semifinals.
Yeah, and talking about that, just last year, Montclair State won the NJAC, and they played against Rowan in that final. But before they played Rowan, they had to play Stockton here at MSU Soccer Park, and that game was absolutely crazy. I know, Luke, you were on the call last year.
It was amazing. I was here for it, and let me tell you what, it ended scoreless at halftime, so we thought maybe the Ospreys had a chance. You know, you go into halftime against Montclair, no goals, you're really excited for it. We didn't know what to expect, though. Stockton comes out of the gate firing in the second half, an early first goal. It got really quiet in this place. And then Osman Mendez from the left side, outside of the box, struck a beautiful goal, bottom corner, and then there's 5 seconds left to go. Score remained 1-1. And Salem Ellisy, the freshman, came up big as the clock expired, sending Montclair State to the NJAC finals. And we know what happened later on. They ended up beating Rowan and the defending NJAC champions. But if we have anything like that tonight, Tom, we are primed for a great match here. Yeah,
and I cannot wait for it. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But Luke, you have more on the Kane overtime win that they had in the semifinal as well.
Yeah, so the Red Hawks are the 2 seed, right? And they had a first-round bye. Rowan's at 1 seed, so Montclair State got a bye from the quarterfinals. But Stockton, not so much. They beat Kane earlier this week, 2-1, and it was a great game. Antonio Matos was the hero of the day, scoring a volley in the 91st minute, which went in the top right corner, an amazing goal. But he came up big, and he also assisted the first goal scored by Kieran Suderman. This matchup, Tom, is going to be huge. And right now for Montclair State, you had a first-round bye. You got to be pretty happy about it.
Yeah, and then you're just looking at kind of the whole NJAC bracket and a whole. Just look at it. Montclair State comes in as the 2 seed. Rowan is the 1 seed. Right now, Rowan is actually playing Rutgers Newark over at Glassboro. And Rutgers Newark are right there, right in there. If you just look at it on the screen here, Rutgers Camden against Rowan right now, happening in Glassboro. It is 0-0 at halftime. But you got a lot more also in this game. They beat Rutgers Newark as well on Saturday to put them through against Rowan. And the lone goal in that game was Eric Swen in the 49th minute. But the winner of the semifinals head to the higher seed on Friday with the 8th. So if Stockton does eventually, if Stockton or Montclair State wins this game and Rutgers Camden wins against Rowan, then Rutgers Camden, whoever wins this game, has the home game. But if Rowan wins, no matter what, the NJAC final will be in Rowan at Glassboro, depending whoever wins this game as well.
It's really cool, though. We could have a home NJAC final just like we did last year. And you know a little bit about the history. Tell me what you know about it.
Yeah, and the history is kind of right there. Since 2000, Montclair State has kind of dominated. They have 9 NJAC wins. Rutgers Camden's only right behind them at 4, and Rowan and Stockton has 3. Kane has 2. Ramapo, TCNJ, and Rutgers Newark only has 1. But it's kind of complete dominance on the Montclair State side, where yeah, you could kind of make it 10 this year, but just in the last 24 years. They've had 9 NJAC titles, and the only person any team coming close to it is Rutgers Camden with 4. You're 5 over. That is just dominance right there. And Montclair State trying to make it 10 this year. And I think they have a really good chance. They have a great team, and they're coming into it, and this is the year to do it. Make it 10.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think, these 2 teams faced off last time, and not too long ago, actually, a week or 2 ago, got a little chippy. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm really excited for this matchup, Tom. I mean, 2 teams that are primed and really want to win. Obviously, Montclair State, no Amir Lukovic this year. And, it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, what are you most excited to see today?
I'm excited to see everything right now. I think it's going to be a great game between both sides. You're going to look, if you just look at kind of both teams on paper, Montclair State has coming into this game kind of not as hot as they were at the beginning of the season. Stockton coming in as hot as ever right now. They beat Montclair State 2 games ago. They just beat Canes in overtime. So right now they have the momentum on their side. Montclair State not so much. They had the bye. They've had a week off, and before that they tied their last game against Rutgers Camden, and then Stockton also beat them 1-0. Rowan also beat them 1-0 a week before losing to Stockton. So again, it's kind of not been the same for Montclair State.
And I'm really curious to who has the advantage here, because you could argue the Redhawks had maybe a rest, a day or two off, but then Stockton played a game and they remain hot. So now I think both teams kind of have their side of the advantage, but it's going to be interesting to see how today shakes out. Like I said, Montclair is well rested, but then Stockton had an amazing win over Kane, and you know how it works in playoffs, Tom. Any sport, it doesn't matter. You get hot at the right time, it could be your whole thing. So maybe Stockton might believe they might have it tonight. Maybe it's their NJAC year. We'll find out.
Yeah, you just saw the Dodgers beat the Yankees in the World Series with momentum. So, again, anything could happen. And everything could happen in this. The momentum is actually the reason why the sports happen, in the playoffs as well. It's just a big factor, and you have to put it in. Stockton hot. Montclair State has the rest. But, again, it's two good factors where, yes, it could cause either team to win in that circumstance.
Yeah, I think right now it's really anybody's NJAC conference, Tom. It's going to be interesting to see. But we are going to send it over to the sideline to Vincent Pacone, who has more on the history of this matchup. Vin, how you doing, bud?
Right. All right, this matchup has been exciting to watch in the years past. Listen, takeaway this year, the Redhawks have not lost to the Ospreys since 2010, and they haven't been shut out since 2011 when they tied against this same Ospreys team. That all changed this year in a 1-0 loss against these Ospreys early in the NJAC. That was their second loss in the NJAC, all right? They haven't lost 2 NJAC games in an entire season since back in 2019, all right? I was back in high school back then, all right? Now, looking at this game right now, it is going to be insanely physical. A 1-0 loss it's rough, but it's something that you can come back from. I'm expecting an insanely physical game. Obviously, no Osmond Mendez, but this is a team that has a lot of hope, has a lot of fight in them. Both of these teams fighting them, and they are both fighting to get to that championship game. After today, we'll see who gets there. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Vincent, for that report. I always love hearing the history from our sideline reporter. And before we get into more of the matchups and the lineups, I want to give you my 3 keys to the game tonight. Key number 1, grab an early goal. Montclair State has not scored a first half goal in the last 5 games. October 16th at William Patterson was the last one. I think right now in the playoffs, you score early, you set the tone, that's where you want to be. Key number 2 for me, keep Alexander Velasquez quiet in net. And I'm not saying that because he doesn't have the ability. He's an amazing goalie, but he's a freshman. You don't want to put the pressure on a young keeper like that, especially in a prime playoff matchup. And number 3, to me, is the most important. Limit the cautions. Avoid yellow cards, avoid red cards. I know it gets chippy here, and to mention it, actually Stockton and Montclair State just faced off the other week, and Osmond Mendez is actually missing today's match because of a red card suspension. So if I'm Montclair State, I'm going to step back. Let Stockton play their chippy game. Don't get too tied into it. Which key of that is your favorite, do you think?
I like 2 and 3 because Alexander Velasquez has been amazing, but his season has been great. But you just have to look at his back line right now. Ian Chesney, Juan Uribe, Jean Cotto Altamirano. You also have Sebastian Lipchinski back there. Those 4 has been absolutely solidified. They've been absolutely amazing all season. They've only let up 11 goals all season. That's how good they've been. The keeper also has to get praise as well. But the back line has been the reason why Alexander Velasquez has been having a very, very good season and a very, very simple season, if you want to put it like that. And then the third one, limit the cautions. I like that because, again, you just saw, like you said, Osmond Mendez get the red card against Stockton 2 games ago. Still the reason why he's not playing in this game. So limit that. I know it's going to get a little bit chippy, even if you go down, even if it's a tie game. It's going to get chippy towards the middle of the game or towards the end of the game. You cannot let the emotion get to you. Do not get a red card because guess what? If you do win, you're going on to the NJAC Finals, and you do not want to lose you don't want to miss a crucial game, especially in the playoffs. So again, just limit the cautions. I like that, and then also keep Velasquez quiet in that. It's a great keys to the game, Luke.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it looks like actually, so no Osmond Mendez. Give you the starting lineups now for our 2 teams here. For Montclair State, number 2, Juan Uribe in the back line. Number 3, Sebastian Lipchinski. Number 4, Ian Chesney, one of the leaders of this Red Hawk team. Could be his last home game, depending on what happens today. Number 6, Giancarlo Altamirano. Number 8, Owen Murphy, one of the best players on this team, Tom, and looking for a big game tonight from him. Alfredo Rojas in the midfield, back in the starting 11. Reed Carson, who's been very interesting on that wing. Number 11, playing wing. Samuel Epideme, one of my favorite players this year, transferred and has made a big name for himself. Andre Shelton, very dangerous on that wing, works all day up and down. And then the freshman from Bridgewater, who's had a great year, Logan Nino. Looks like he's going to be in Mendez's spot tonight. I mean, Tom, overall thoughts on that lineup?
You brought up the seniors aspect, and this lineup is built on seniors, including Owen Murphy. Like I said, 3 seniors in that back line. It's actually it could be a lot of their last game. They have to play out there, play with their heart, and hopefully go get the result out here tonight.
We're going to take a quick break here for the national anthem. We will be right back with kickoff. All right, welcome back to the Red Hawk Sports Network. Just about ready for kickoff. If you're just joining us, I'm Luke Sirianni, joined by Thomas Gaffney Jr., and we are so excited to bring you a repeat matchup of the 2023 NJAC semifinals. This is the 2024 semis, and my goodness, Tom, I mean, 2 teams that really want to win and get back at each other potentially.
Yeah, and get back with each other indeed, because this just happened last year. The 2-1 defeat from Montclair State gave to Stockton, like we were saying pregame, with the last-second goal. They could have went into overtime and potentially even went on to the final, and they want to get that back. Stockton also just beat Montclair State this year through 2 games ago for Montclair, 3 games ago for the Stockton Ospreys, and they want to repeat that. It was I know that game was down in Galloway, New Jersey, but this game, the Ospreys kind of had to make their trip up here, a 2-hour commute up the Parkway to now play this game. So now it's kind of vice versa. You had a long commute. Are they going to be able to step in there? They have the momentum on their side. But Montclair State coming out on like that week break because of the first round bye. Both teams trying to go out there. And it's going to be the same repeat kind of pathway to the final. Just like last year, Montclair State had to play Stockton, and then they could potentially even play Rowan. Unfortunately, this year, they're not the 1 seed, so they would have to go travel down to Glassboro to try and win. But Montclair State, and these are the keys to the game, like Luke said early. Luke, do you want to take over for the keys of the game as well?
Yeah, strike early. Get that early first goal, Tom. You want to set the tone in the playoff matchup here and keep Velasquez's job simple. I think it's such a crucial thing tonight. You don't want to put pressure on the freshman goalie, and they have a great back line. I have a lot of faith that they will do so. And then play clean. Stay out of the fouls. Stay out of the silly stuff. Avoid cautions. But we know how these playoff games could get. That's why I think it's very crucial for them to just lay off of it.
Yeah, and I agree fully with those keys of the game. But I cannot wait. It's a beautiful night here. You see the brisk fall skyline. A lot of people showed up for this NJAC game, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us here tonight.
Yeah, we are so excited. And, again, thank you for joining us. I mean, it's also Election Day, but it's also NJAC Playoff Day, so we appreciate you sticking with us on the stream here on this beautiful Tuesday night. And I'll tell you what, Tom, it is November, but it's not that cold out, which I'm not complaining about.
It feels great. I know we have a lot of competition tonight. I know you can want to go watch the election, but you have NJAC soccer coming on here. This is the semifinal, the game before the final. It's going to start getting hot. It's going to start getting ready, and I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. This game could get chippy towards the middle, towards the end. Cannot wait to what they have in store for us. And, again, it could be low scoring, could be high scoring, just 1-0 result last time they played. So, again, anything could happen. You don't know. Last year, the NJAC final, 4-2. The two defenses who are absolutely amazing this year. Now, again, high goal scorers between both teams. They've both been hot. Cannot wait to see what they have for us tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned the implications to potentially play another game here for Montclair State. They would have to win today and then hope Rutgers Camden take care of Rowan for home game. But it could be the last home game of the season for the Redhawks, or it could be the last game period. So you just want to leave it all out there. And looks like Logan Nino in the at the center circle to be ready to kick us off here. It looks like we are ready to go as everybody is getting set. Cannot wait for this matchup.
And you're talking about last games as well, because potentially, even if they lose the NJAC, they could potentially get an at-large bid for the NCAA tournament and potentially even host the game. So, again, it's going to be close. You don't want to put it up for chance if you win, at least you'll go on to the NJAC final to play your last game as a Red Hawk. At least it means something to these players.
And we're underway for the 2024 NJAC semifinals matchup at MSU Soccer Park. Stockton Ospreys versus Montclair State, as Owen Murphy just couldn't bring that one down.
And as you already saw, you saw the kind of, like they always do off the kickoff, right back to Chesney, try to send it up, long ball up the wing. They love to start doing that.
Montclair State regained possession. Andre Shelton will drop it back to the back line, who will take care of it. And for this Red Hawk team right now, did not win their last game, tie 1-1, so they look to get on the board today. Nino drops in a cross and grabbed right away there by Brady Barletta, who's a very good goalie.
Yeah, sophomore keeper, only 15 goals allowed this season. He was NJAC Rookie of the Year last year. He had an amazing sophomore year so far, and he had an amazing rookie year as well last year.
And 8 clean sheets on the season, very impressive for an underclassman. So both goalies very young and youthful, but clearly very crucial to their squads as well. As Lipczynski will try to get it going here with Owen Murphy, who will switch it over to Ian Chesney. And I know we talked about the youth a lot. This team has a lot of upperclassmen, I should say, this Montclair State team. But obviously, Ian Chesney, Owen Murphy, Osmond Mendez, but
we also have to look at the underclassmen, too. The freshmen that are on this bench, Jake Winchuk. You have Lipczynski who's starting, Logan Nino as well that's also starting. You have two freshmen who are making a mark on this team. You also have Max Perry, the sophomore, as well. He's been sliding into that midfielder role off the bench. He's been absolutely amazing. The bench pieces have been the reason why this Montclair State team has stayed glued in, stayed together, and stayed compact.
Yeah, I'm curious because last year in playoff matchups, Coach DeMulti didn't go to the bench too much. But this year, it seems like he has a lot of trust for a good amount of these players. I'm curious how many guys come off the bench, but obviously we just have to let this one play out and see how it goes. But right now, Stockton trying to get their first attack going. Ian Chesney cuts it out. Andre Shelton will start the counterattack for Montclair State. Nice move, cut inside to Nino. One pass, and it's going to be turned over. Poked away by Chesney. Murphy sends it over to Shelton on the outside. This is Epitome.
And I'm liking the counterattack so far by this Montclair State team. It's a majority up the right side, but they keep winning the ball back after Stockton tries to start their counterattack.
Battle on the outside between Lucinus and Lipczynski. The freshman left back, speaking of the freshman class, Tom, he has just made a name for himself as a great tackle there. He just doesn't make any mistakes, and to think that the guy has 4 more years potentially left with this Red Hawk team is very, very bright.
He plays like a senior. Like he's back there. He's with 3 seniors back in the back line, so he kind of blends in with them. But he's been absolutely amazing. He's an attacking presence as well up the left side. He's been so far lights out.
Owen Suga in the middle, shot coming, firing in by Joseph A. Capone, and that time just right to the hands of Velasquez.
And I know we're going to get mixed up a little bit between the Carbones. You have Joseph A. Carbone, who is starting, and then you also have Joseph Carbone that's also on this team. So bear with us.
And just to be clear, no relation.
No
nothing
relation
like
at
that.
all. They don't live. One's a senior, one's a sophomore. It's crazy.
Funny thing is, it's my second time dealing with this, but we'll manage for sure. So right now, still scoreless. No real shots on goal yet, or major chances, but Stockton just trying to get something going here, trying to string through a couple passes as Alfredo Rojas cuts that one out, finds a Pidame on the outside. It's going to be a foul against the Ospreys. Montclair State will keep it.
And the set pieces are going to be very, very strong for this Montclair State team. They love to use them. Unfortunately, they don't have their main set piece taker in Ozzy Mendez. So you're going to see maybe Murphy or Rojas on these, or even Ian Chesney. They love to send the ball as far up the field as possible to try to get an easy or a mistake or something to hit the foot so you can get a shot on net.
And you called it. Ian Chesney will send that one deep into the Ospreys' half, just over the head of Andre Shelton. Trimble will just send it away and play it safe. But for Montclair State now, crossing midfield officially, I want to see them try to maybe test Barlotta early here.
Yeah, maybe even some shots from outside the 18. It wouldn't be a mistake. You saw Ozzy Mendez last year score from about 25 yards out. Would like to see some shots early on here.
Lepczynski on the outside will swing it over to Owen Murphy in the midfield. Murphy, first team All-Region last year, NJAC Midfielder of the Year. Swung in the middle by Chesney, cut out beautifully by the Ospreys. We'll see if they can get out of their own zone. Trimble will just send that one deep. He's been playing it very safe so far in these first 5 minutes.
And the pressure has been strong by Montclair State. The reason why they're keeping the ball back, because all the Ospreys can do is really just send it out of their own end, just get it out of the danger zone. And Montclair State is winning the ball back and forth, back and forth.
So throw in from Montclair State. Just skimmed the head of Loganino, but it will be a turnover. Stockton trying to start a counter here. Here they go. Through the middle. Got past Chesney. Ball's coming in. Shot is fired by Lusuis, and great defense from Wanaribe there. Not many times you see Ian Chesney get beat.
And Lusuis up there is their main kind of goal scorer. 8 goals in the season so far.
Anthony Matos drops it in. Cut to the middle. Shot fired off the head of Chesney. Great job there, stepping in front and taking one for the team.
Yeah, and that just saved the goal. That was going very top right corner. I don't know if Velasquez is going to be able to get it, but Chesney makes the stop.
And awesome moves there from Sam Epidame. I mean, he's been such a crucial player this year. Obviously missing Amir Lukovic, who was the best player in the conference last year by a mile, broke the all-time goal record. Epidame's done an amazing job slotting in beautifully on this team.
Yeah, he's only going to be here for 1 year. He's an Army transfer. Now he's a senior. He's going to graduate. But again, he's been kind of a great player to slot in right where Amir Lukovic has been. He scored 8 goals in the season. And again, maybe he can be the deciding factor in this game.
Losias dribbling inside and out of players as he finds Cabone. Stockton right now knocking on the door. Back door to find Osiris. Wanaribe there to close it down and is battling for it and wins it easily. Made that play look easy. That was not easy, and well done, too, to not avoid, to try not to put too much contact there. You're a danger zone in the box.
Yeah, Wanaribe was a right back last year. And Wanaribe was a right back last year, and then he kind of slid into that center back role with the departing Nir Radoncic. Graduating last year. Now he's kind of finding his role. He's finding where he needs to be, and he's been kind of that focal point right next to Ian Chesney, and he's been absolutely amazing so far, slotting at a new position.
And I got to give it to the Ospreys right now as well. I mean, in the first 7.5 minutes here, I think they've done a good job here knocking on the door. Velasquez, I wouldn't say he's busy just yet, but he's definitely got to be ready for it. As Montclair State try to get something going, Chesney, Epidame touched it around a defender, and a first shot on goal by Loganino. That's what they need. They need chances like that.
And I like that. They had a kind of an open shot, took it with its right foot, and it was no chance it was going in. Bartoletto was right there. But at least you're testing him early on. You're testing him. You're getting him moving so that hopefully one of those shots can get lucky and find the back of the net.
The ball went over the head of Wanaribe, but Lepczynski, the freshman, cleaned it up as Montclair State will actually get the ball back with a handball off the right hand of Wokcha. So right now scoreless in the first 9 minutes, but plenty of action, Tom. A lot of battle in that midfield. between our mid-6.
And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be the battle of the midfield. And Montclair State's midfield missing, obviously, the key point of this team. But you still have Owen Murphy. You still have Rojas that can slide in there and still make this midfield viable and still get some chances on the offense.
Brought down by Reed Carson. Owen Murphy sends it to Epitome. Still Epitome. Pretty much has two guys following him, actually, on the offensive side when he has that ball. And when you're one of the top players of the season, that's what happens. Altamirano swings it out wide. Reed Carson on the right. Drops it to Chesney. Ian Chesney, a lot of room. Sends it to the middle. Off the head of Owen Murphy and redirected to Andre Shelton, who keeps it in. And actually a late whistle. It's going to go for a goal kick.
And that's the chance you'd like to get. Chesney's he plays center back, but he is allowed to move up as far as possible. He's a great attacking presence. He gets to cross in, but unfortunately, just the header cannot go from Owen Murphy.
Good start, though. I mean, that's what they need. They need to pile up some of these chances here and need more shots like that. At that time, Logan Nino firing on the shot. And a good chance almost by Montclair State. And I love the hustle from Andre Shelton as you see him do it right there again.
The pacey wingers do it. Andre Shelton, Epitome, they love to create as much pressure, try to get the ball back for their team, and they love attacking up this wing.
Epitome on the outside, sends it in the middle, deflected, and it's going to be the first Montclair State corner of the game. They are dangerous on these set pieces.
They are. Again, like I said, don't have your main set piece taker. It looks like Owen Murphy's going to go over and take it. But, again, Montclair State is just keeping the pressure on the Stockton team. Stockton has not had a break yet in this whole game. And sooner or later, the goal is going to score, or it's going to fall in the back of the net for this Montclair State team if they just keep applying the pressure.
One of Owen Murphy's 2 assists on the season came from a corner kick. Let's see if he could do it again. Murphy swings it into the middle, over the head of Lubchinsky, and it's going to spill out of the box as Alfredo Rojas will attempt to send it back in. He sends it to Ian Chesney, far post, and unfortunately not brought down properly by Chesney, but it was a hard play.
And that's a great idea. The ball comes back out to Rojas. The best thing to do is just put that right back in the box so you have all the players up already. Exactly what they did. Try to get it over to Chesney. Unfortunately, just a little bit too hard. Chesney couldn't get the right touch on it, and it's going to go out of bounds for a goal kick.
And my favorite part about the game so far, I don't know if you're seeing the same thing as me, both teams are understanding each other so well right now, understanding themselves better. Everybody's moving off the ball. You're seeing these behind runs, just a lot of good movement off the ball.
And what's going to really kind of be the factor or the focal point is how well is the Stockton team going to be able to counterattack, because that's what a lot of times happens with this Montclair State team. Off a set piece or off a corner, all their players are up, and then the counterattack happens. They're not back. They're not flat in that back four. And again, the counterattack comes, and that's when a lot of the goals come in soccer. And again, Montclair State has not been really good at doing that off the counterattack, off these set pieces. So again, Montclair State has to watch out for that, but also Stockton has to be viable on those counterattacks.
And there we see a pretty hard foul against Reed Carson. We're going to see a nice set piece from the right-hand side. And again, my third key to the game was stay out of it. You see Reed Carson there took a shot. Didn't say anything to the ref, just let it go. Referee took care of it. And this is what the middle ref has to do right now. Just control the game, avoid it getting out of hand, because sometimes we've seen here that some officials have lost control. But this is a huge play for Montclair State. Watch out for Ian Chesney on that far post. Dumped in the middle by Murphy. Far post to Altamirano. And just a little too strong on that one, but I like his idea. He was aiming for that far post.
Yeah, far post comes to Altamirano, and then immediately as you see Ian Chesney kind of go to the back post, the other post, so that hopefully if a ball is on net and it does get deflected, he's there to put it back in. But unfortunately just went wide right and went out for another goal kick.
A lot of touches here from both goalies, and Barletta now on the goal kick. He had 3 saves in the quarterfinals of the NJAC playoffs this season. 3 saves against Kane, and potentially maybe saving them the game, moving them on to the semis, which we are here right now.
And again, Stockton still have not been able to find a counterattack or find anything getting past this halfway line between the two defenses.
It looks like they're almost game planning to go into the half scoreless like they did last year. I think that's what they might be doing, because you're right. As soon as they get that ball as well, they don't have much up in the front. Kind of our 2 center backs, Chesney and Uribe, are just kind of floating there. There's nobody around really to watch, as we'll see if Stockton can get it going now.
Yeah, I think Stockton's just waiting for a Montclair State mistake so that they can go around and try to get an easy goal to go 1-0 up. So all they could really do is park the bus and try to keep that result.
Joseph Carbone tried to take the sideline, and Lipchinski just stopped it immediately. And now Montclair State will begin their counterattack. Andre Shelton on the outside, poked out nicely by Tommy Trimble, who's been very solid so far. And actually, the assistant referee is going to give that ball to Stockton.
I don't know about that one, but again, you get it back for Stockton to try to start some counterattacks, start some crosses into the box.
And Luisius battling in the corner with Uribe. Juan Uribe is one of the most physical center backs we have here in the conference, and I love watching him play. He's not afraid to throw an elbow, slide, and take a risk, as Stockton will have a throw in a pretty nice spot here with Wocha sending it in. Looks like he's going to try to drop it in the box. Wocha fires it in, launches it actually, and Ian Chesney with the head on that one. And Andre Shelton will just tap it away.
Having a player that can do that, just launch it into the box off a throw-in, is absolutely insane.
Noah Jones sends it right back, and it's a battle at the net, and Alexander Velasquez did a great job there on Luisius. And that is what you love to see from the freshman keeper.
Yeah, Luisius back there, through on net right there, but unfortunately just cannot find the touch off of the bounce. And Velasquez just there to hit it away and recollect it. But like I was saying with the throw-in, like having a player like that can just throw the ball right into the box. It's just like another corner. It's basically winning a corner if you're like 5-10 yards from the corner flag. It's absolutely insane to have a player that could do that.
Good point. And right now, I mean, this game has been very entertaining, regardless of it being scoreless so far, as Joseph Carbone on the outside is going to try to get something going for the Ospreys. Guarded by Lipchinski. Shelton's coming in to pinch in and help. Trimble dumps it in. Flicked away by Uribe. And we're going to see Sam Epideme try to start a counterattack right now. If Montclair can get going, they're going to have numbers.
And they have a lot of space right now.
Looks like they will just slow it down, as that's been the story of this Montclair State team. Not rushing to go forward. They don't just kick it like you see other teams do. This team is coached very well by Todd Tumulty, who's in his 14th season as a Red Hawk. Logan Nino took some contact behind the back. Referee says play on.
And we have a goal in the other game against Rowan and Rutgers Camden. Rowan are now 1-0 up with 30 minutes left in the game.
So as mentioned earlier, Rowan will be the automatic host for the final if they hold on to that lead, but we will keep you updated. Thank you for that update, Thomas. Joseph A. Carbone stole that one away. I think right now everything's playing into Stockton's hands. You want to go into the half with a clean sheet. If you're not, it looks like they're okay with not scoring early, as maybe not. Wocha will dump it to the outside, fired into the hands of Alexander Velasquez. Joseph Carbone on that one. Velasquez has been busy early.
And that's what Stockton's waiting for. They're waiting for a mistake around the midfield, which that just happened, a missed pass, and then got a whole bunch of space by Wakocha, and then just got it right over to Carbone. And almost had a good chance there. He just took it one time, but it didn't really phase Alexander Velasquez. It
didn't, and it's funny because that was one of my keys, keep him quiet in net. But you know what? This guy played in the MLS Next Pro, was with the Philadelphia Union 2s, and had 54 saves prior to this game today, and only 11 goals allowed. I think that's very impressive to speak in this NJAC conference, who has a lot of talent, as Nino will send it over to Reed Carson on the outside on the switch. Ian Chesney looking for options. He loves to play this long ball. On a dime to Andre Shelton on the outside. Shelton fires it into Nino, but a lot of Ospreys there to cover that space. Montclair State will just slow it down. Maybe try it again with Chesney.
I don't know if you see, but it looks like kind of Altamirano is stepping up to that center defensive mid-roll when they start attacking, and they're going back with the back three.
Epideme through the middle, finding Nino. Shot fired and blocked by an Osprey. That time again, it was Tomby Trimble. Cut out by Lipchinski. Very fun battle here in the midfield, Tom, near that 50-yard line.
Yeah, and if Montclair State can just keep dominating it, they're going to get chance after chance with trying to stop and they're stopping the counterattack as well, so they're going to get chance after chance in this game.
Alfredo Rojas finds Reed Carson on the back doors. Nice tackle by the Ospreys, but it will stay alive. And, I mean, Tom, just almost 20 minutes now into half number one. Any early thoughts?
I'm liking the pressure that Montclair State's giving them. They're tacking up the wings, trying to attack through the middle. The Montclair State midfield has been absolutely lights out. Owen Murphy, Rojas, Altamirano kind of stepping into that center defensive mid-roll on attacks as well. they're kind of been everywhere in that midfield, and they're stopping everything. Stockton, I think Stockton's just waiting for a quick counterattack, waiting for a mistake for this Montclair State team. They try to just go through on goal and get an easy one so that you can go up by a goal or even by 2 if another mistake does happen, so that you can kind of just park the bus, play your game, and just have Montclair State keep attacking.
Uribe tried to find Nino and Shelton running onto it, but the assistant on the far side has the flag up. Offsides will be a turnover. But, Tom, I agree with all your early observations. It's been such an exciting game, and the energy is really high. Both teams don't want to go home. Obviously, it could be the final NJAC game for a lot of these players on the field. And, of course, if you're Montclair State, you just want to be the reigning champions once again. Also sending these guys out, some of them on the right note, as they graduate in the spring.
And they want that if Rowan does win this game, which 1-0 up still, they know that they're going to potentially go play Rowan, and they want to play Rowan. They want to get back at Rowan, beating them earlier on the season here at MSU Soccer Park. They want to go down to Glassboro and prove that they're the best team in the NJAC. So that they want to win this game. But you have to look at this game too. Still 0-0, and the counterattack's happening right now.
Stockton going at it, and referee took a while, but a called free kick right on that left-hand side, actually right at the corner of that box. I think Reed Carson might have just extended his arm a little bit.
A little bit, indeed.
Not much.
Not much. It was close, but again, player goes down right outside the box. Luckily, it wasn't inside the box for a penalty, even though we just saw Alexander Velasquez save one against Rutgers Camden in the last game of the NJAC regular season. So again, this could be a crucial set piece for it's another mistake by Montclair State, and could be a crucial set piece for the Ospreys.
It's a dangerous play for sure, Tom. And, I mean, we know Montclair State going to have to get ahead on this one before it hits a defender. It looks like Antonio Matos is over there with Uche Wakocha. So you have 2 players on the kick. I would guess Matos is going to swing this one in on a cross. And it's going to be an interesting play. Watch out for that far post. It looks like Stockton might try to crash the box here.
Yeah, you have Thomas Trimble, who's 6'4", that's right there crashing that number 2. Then you also have Luicius, who is 6'2", looking to crash in that as well, which I think a yellow card was just awarded.
Got to avoid these cautions if you're both teams, not just the Redhawks. Don't want to potentially be suspended for the NJAC finals, and you have a lot of this game to go as well. I did not see who got that caution. As referee blows the whistle, Matos will drop it in. Far post and flies through everybody. Bodies flew, and luckily for Montclair State, they got off on that one.
And I like that kind of chance. You got into the box. Unfortunately, fell inside the box and couldn't get a clean head to it, and just went out for another goal kick. But again, what a lot of players try to do on that set piece is try to curl it, so that even if no players do get on that, get a connection, it does trickle back into the net somehow. Mm-hmm. You've seen a lot in professional soccer, and again, if they could have done that, it could have phased Alexander Velasquez back there, and he wouldn't even moved, and it would have been in the back of the net.
Happens all the time in Major League Soccer. They try to cross it, and it falls in the top corner. I like that. That was a good observation. And Montclair State right now, I think they really need to grab that early goal, just based on how Stockton is pushing on the Montclair State back line, especially on Velasquez, who I think he's already gotten more action this game than he has in a lot of other games put together, in my opinion. Stockton, about 2 versus 6 up here, though, on Montclair's half of the field. They're going to just slow it down. Handball protest, and they will get the call from the official. Unintentional, but definitely hit that hand. I
like the counterattack, but unfortunately, right when you kind of stop, I know you don't see that many players attacking, but right when you stop all momentum for going up the field or anything. You had a player, you had number 9, you had Joseph Carbone making the run across the field. You have to switch that ball. You have to try to get it across. He was wide open. It would have at least had a shot on net potentially, and got a good chance for the Ospreys.
The problem is they just don't have the numbers forward to keep that speed off the first second of the counter, as Altamirano is tripped up there by Anthony Matos, who is the 5th-year midfielder, but probably arguably the best player on this team. 3 goals, 5 assists on the season, and as mentioned in our pregame show, 1 goal and 1 assist in the quarterfinals, and the second one was the winning goal, so contributed to both. I mean, right now you're looking at him as the player to watch for the Ospreys tonight. as Epitome is weaving in and out, gets through another defender, drops it to Murphy. Owen Murphy fires and just wide. But again, Montclair State right now just maybe one pass away from a potential goal.
And that's just great there by Epitome to cut inside. Murphy unfortunately had a bad first touch, and the ball kind of got away with him. If he made that first touch, he may have got a clean shot off to potentially trickle back in the back of the net.
I love the idea, though, from Murphy. I love how this team is not afraid to fire shots from outside the box, and I think you just have to trust it. You're not going to be able to walk in every single goal, and this Red Hawk team knows that. They shoot from everywhere, and it's one of my favorite traits that they have.
And even if you do get a bad shot or a decent shot, maybe the keeper spills it, or maybe there's a mistake that happens. That's why you also have to crash the net off those long shots.
Oh, and Murphy on the counterattack. 2 versus 4. Logan Nino, the lone player in the midfield. Tommy Trimble has been outstanding today so far as he just knocked Murphy off of that ball.
And Trimble right there knocks Murphy off the ball, but unfortunately couldn't get the second touch and went out of bounds. So Montclair State now has a good throw-in chance and a very good position.
Kevin Contreras checks into the game, one of the most exciting freshmen that this team has. I mean, 1 goal on the year versus NJCU, but my goodness, was it a golazo here.
We were both on that call. That was an absolute banger outside the box, top right corner of the net. Absolutely amazing. He does make an impact on his team. He's very fast up that left side.
Big North Player of the Year in high school as well. It's an interesting choice for Coach Tumulty. First player off the bench in the playoffs in 2024 is Kevin Contreras. Trimble again just knocking Lipchinski off that ball as it will remain in, but Montclair State take possession back. I'm really curious to see what Contreras brings to this team right now.
I honestly think Tumulty's seeing the chances that they're getting, and it's shots from outside the box.
Sent to the box, and that time picked up easily. Brady Barletta all over that one. He's gotten a lot of action in there today.
But like I was saying, you're seeing shots from outside the box, so putting the player that scored a banger, scored a screamer out there, if he could try to connect on something outside the box and it goes in, we go 1 goal up. And again, Kevin Contreras has been that guy. He's been that player off the bench to also bring the speed and bring the footwork.
And that's another reason why we've seen so many of these freshmen this year. They've all come off the bench, and they just prove themselves immediately. And for Kevin Contreras, he could really cause a very high impression right now in the playoff matchup when Montclair State needs something to get going.
It's just all fresh legs, speed. The only really player that comes on that isn't a freshman or a sophomore is Chris Fontanaza. Mm-hmm. So you have all the young players coming off the bench, and they look like they're young, but they could prove they could play.
Andre Schell in that time dragged down Joseph Carbone, and that time you just want to, again, just deep breath, shake it off, and now it's going to be a set piece, but they're fairly far out here, so not much to worry about.
But it kind of isn't that far out, because if you can get it into the box, it's just like another corner. It's coming in kind of, it's not coming in across, it's coming kind of straight head on to the box.
Yeah, true. It's not as far as
yeah,
it's not too far.
It's kind of if you do the math, maybe it's like maybe only like an extra 10 yards away.
Nico Calambas on the kick, raises his hand and sends it way to the right side of the field. I don't think he meant to do that at all. As we'll see Epitome try to start a counter for the Redhawks here. Great job by Stockton. Flicked it off of Epitome's leg, and they're going to earn the throw.
Man, Stockton's bench right now. You see them all lined up right here and all the green. They are all standing up. No one's sitting down. They're ready to fight for this team with them, even if they're on the bench.
19 minutes left to play in half number 1. Still scoreless at MSU Soccer Park, and the same score in your other semifinal matchup. Rowan still lead 1-0. Stockton trying to weave their way through. Antonio Maitos on that one, playing it dangerous, almost getting through that back line.
And Stockton has been playing kind of well the last 5 minutes. They're keeping the possession of the ball. They're keeping the chances going. And they keep trying to create as many chances as possible.
A battle between Matos and Uribe, and a late foul for sure on that one. It's going to be a free kick, and this is where you want to just lay off the fouls, and it's going to be an early caution for Montclair State. Looks like Uribe will go in the book with the yellow.
Yeah, unfortunately, he gets the yellow card, but again, that's just good refereeing right there. You call the advantage. Unfortunately, the advantage didn't really play. That's when you have to come back and cause have to call the foul. But again, this is going to be a dangerous set piece in a very good position for the Ospreys. Potentially, this could be on net and may even test Velasquez.
My thing is that ball was gone. I think at that point you just have to let that part go.
Like, you have to kind of see how long what came from the advantage? Like, did it cross into the box come? Not really. The ball was kind of trickling out of bounds right when he was kicked anyway. So I agree with the call. I agree with the advantage as well.
So talk about a dangerous set piece here. You're going to have the ball on the right side of the box, and I think if I'm a betting man, I would say Uche Wocha is going to take the shot, or maybe Mantos with that left foot.
I think you have to have Matos take this.
Uche sends it in. It's flicked in the far post, and it's a goal for the Stockton Ospreys. An amazing free kick that time from Uche Wocha. And what a statement made here in the first half off a set piece.
And what a goal. No, Matos did not take it. Wokocha took it. And what an amazing goal, top left corner. I told you that ball was going to go right onto net. And Velasquez did not see that coming. Here's the replay. Took the time off of the set piece, off of the kick. And right when he made contact, Velasquez tried to juke left. But unfortunately, the ball was going up over his head on the right. And just what a goal by the Stockton Ospreys.
And nothing Velasquez could have done on that play. It was just put in a perfect spot. I mean, he got on that green meter in FIFA, just placed it beautifully. And talk about a little bit of a rattling goal. That would do it, I think.
And that's just amazing by Wokocha, because if you look at it as a keeper, Velasquez thought that ball was going to go left. Thought that ball was going to go right to his left side, and he's going to make the dive that way. Wokocha was like, you know what? He's going to think that. I'm going to send this top left corner on their side, top right corner of the keeper's side. And Velasquez bait it left real quick. And again, just could not do anything about that. And that's what you want to do as your Stockton Ospreys. You got the good chance off of Montclair State mistake, and you got an amazing, crucial set piece, and that ball goes right in the back of the net. And now Stockton up 1-0. Now could just kind of play their game defensively if they really wanted to.
Right. Now they do not have to rush players up quickly, as there's a foot race between Uribe and Joseph A. Carbone. Montclair State will bring it down, but now all of a sudden you're trailing a goal. You got to tie this one up soon. I don't know. I think I feel like you're going to see a player or two come off the bench here from Coach Tumulty, as I think Juan Uribe is going to be looking at that one later on as well. I mean, that set piece came from a late foul. The ball was already gone, and on top of that, he also went in the book. Not ideal. Chesney tries to find a Pidame running onto it. Barlada's all over it.
And I agree with you. I think you got to bring on some substitutions from the bench. Maybe some fresh legs in the midfield. Even some fresh legs up top. Could sub off Andre Shelton or Pidame on that left and right side. Or even in the midfield if you really want to. If you want to bring on Winchuk, you want to bring on Max Perry.
Well, I see the two Bridgewater boys in that corner. So I see Winchuk and Perry. Might be both of them to come into the match here. We'll find out.
Could also sub on Chris Fontanaza as well, which I think he is coming on. He's at the halfway line.
A late foul there. Referee plays advantage, and it actually falls right back to Contreras.
Right spot, right time.
All about timing. Stockton trying to send some more pressure, as Ian Chesney doesn't get all of that one on the pass back. Velasquez flew off his line and maybe saved another goal. Andre Shelton took that one out of the air perfectly. Rojas over to Murphy. Andre Shelton now. You have Lubchinsky on the overlap. Shelton fires a shot right into the chest of Tommy Trimble.
And I don't know about kind of going for the shot there. I think you have to kind of put that into the box. And you have to try to get it across in. I like the overlap run by Lubchinsky, but that one I don't agree with the shot. You have to get that one in the box somehow.
I think so too, but you got to give it to Stockton too, also covering the shot all the time. So Fontanaza and Diego Flores check in for the Montclair State Redhawks. I mean, Fontanaza, 3 goals, 3 assists, and then Diego Flores, 2 assists on the season. Guys that come off the bench but always produce. And I think that was the thought process there from Coach Tumulty.
And the 2 wingers come off of Pidame and Shelton. Flores, that freshman over there. Very pacey, very swift on his feet. Very good footwork as well. You also have Fontanaza, the veteran off the bench. He's been here for 4 years already, looking to score.
What a nice tackle there from Juan Uribe. Just popping out. Loaisius, the leading goal scorer for Stockton. Ian Chesney, double tackle, successful. And he's going to try to send a running Diego Flores, but that Stockton back line right now has been just about elite tonight.
And they've been able to stop everything off the set pieces, off the counterattacks. They've been able to get it away, too. They're just kicking it away. But, again, they found the goal off of the one Montclair State mistake. And now it looks like they're just going to kind of play their game defensively and kind of stay back.
Alfredo Rojas on the right side. Just going to drop it back to Ian Chesney. Chesney looks in the box, sends one in, and hit cleanly right off the center of the forehead. That was Columbus. Matos finds a running Luisius, and amazing defense there from Juan Uribe. He's really caught his form tonight.
And Montclair State, they want that goal back. They're sending their fullbacks up. They're sending the Altamirano up as well. But again, they're getting the one-on-one attack. Stockton, and unfortunately, Montclair State backline between Chesney and Uribe has been there for them.
Yeah, you're right. It looks like they're taking a gamble and maybe sending more guys forward on the attack, putting in trust in your two center backs as some effort there from Owen Murphy. Great tackle from the Ospreys back line. I'll try it again. Fontanaza. Altamirano. Carson down the line to Flores. Diego Flores cuts through two and not going to get through three.
I think if you're going to try to have somebody coming up from the back line, I think you just got to have them fully go up and kind of be that second midfielder next to Owen Murphy. If Altamirano is going to play like kind of a center defensive mid when they're attacking, I'll just send them all the way up. You need the midfield support. Stockton right now kind of parking the bus, having 5-6 guys back at once. You need some help in that midfield. Especially when you're trying to do 1-2s with the passing lanes, it's going to be very hard to make a pass, especially to try to get into the box. So if you have an extra leg up there that you could hopefully be open at most times, you can just have them as a safety blanket to pass it back out to them to try to get across the field or even across into the box.
So we're going to have a Stockton Osprey down and just maybe a quick breather for everybody to grab a sip of water and regroup. But you're going to resume here with about just under 13 and a half left to go in half number one. And Stockton with the early lead. And Rowan, what's the time on that game? I see the score still the same.
It's 14 minutes left in the Rutgers-Camden game. Rowan's still up 1-0.
And that game's in Glassboro, correct? Rowan's home throughout, so as the 1 seed. Looking to host the NJAC Finals. As of now, if everything holds, it will be Stockton versus Rowan, but don't count out the Redhawks just yet. And
exactly what happened in last year's NJAC semifinal game. Stockton goes up, and then in the second half, you had 2 goals from the Redhawks. So, again, I like what you said, don't count out the Redhawks just yet.
A little bit of deja vu. It was very quiet last year when Stockton scored,
But again, the Redhawks still have the attacking prowess. They still have it. They can still definitely go out there and get a goal. And it just takes one mistake. I said it takes one mistake between the teams to maybe even get a really good chance on that and clips from the mistakes.
The Redhawks will have a free kick right in front of their bench. Owen Murphy, a little short on the initial play. Diego Flores hustled to keep that one alive. He'll try it again. Murphy fires it in. Off the head of Lipczynski, just redirected the wrong direction. As will be a foot race. Juan Uribe using his body and standing up beautifully on that tackle.
An amazing tackle, but Luisius using his speed to almost get to that ball as well. Wow, he was so fast to that ball and almost even beat Uribe on that and almost got maybe another chance for Stockton.
Try it again. Uribe versus Luisius, the best matchup so far here early on. Ball's flicked in the air off the volley, blocked by Ian Chesney. Try it again. Another deflection by Chesney will be a Stockton Ospreys corner. And Ian Chesney right now has blocked a ton of shots. You saw 2 on that play, had a crucial block about 10 minutes ago. And that's one of the leaders of the team. He's there for a reason.
And Stockton, again, just keep going, keep trying to knock on the door to try to get this other goal. And Stockton just been offensively very good, defensively very good. Also, the midfield has been controlling in this first half.
Owen Sugra on the corner. He'll send it in the box. Blocked out by Reed Carson. It spilled out to the top of the 18. Joseph A. Carbone on it. Carbone poked away by Owen Murphy. Ospreys keep possession. Cross is put into the box on the far post. Lipczynski just tipped it away. He was the last man on that far post. Great job by him. and it looks like the offsides flag will be up regardless.
And Stockton just got the ball back off the corner, and they're going to keep their players up, try to get another chance. Unfortunately, offsides flag is up, like Luke said. And, again, Stockton just keep the attacking going. Montclair State trying to stay strong defensively. The only thing they made, the only mistake was the Wanaribe giving up the fouls for the lead to the free kick goal. Other than that, it's kind of been very, very even between these two teams.
Very even so far with 10.5 left to play. Stockton still lead. Montclair State looking for their first major chance. I think it's been the longest time this season that they've had a drought like this at home in terms of attacking. Altamirano tries to find a running Flores, cut out again by the fullback. And a late tackle from Altamirano. Actually, referee says all ball from here. Good call, I guess, and it will remain with Montclair State on the throw.
Yeah, close challenge there by Altamirano. And it at least stayed Montclair State ball with the throw-in. But again, Montclair State keep the attacking through the midfield. As Max Perry entered the game, Bridgewater guy, he's been out of the second season. He's kind of came in and made a role for himself. Early on, he really wasn't getting minutes, but from games that were kind of blowouts earlier on this season, he's kind of made a name for himself and proved that to Tumulty that he should be playing some more minutes. And he's been playing a consistent 30, 40 minutes now ever since the game. I think it was John Jay. They won 8-0. A lot of freshmen came in, and a lot of freshmen proved that they should be playing in this team. Yeah,
and Perry, 2 goals and 1 assist, actually scored the lone goal last game in the draw against Rutgers Camden. That was not a playoff game. Remember, Montclair State had the first round bye, but he was the last goal scorer. So maybe, you know what, let's bring in the guy that proved it last game. We'll see what he could do. And you mentioned it, Tom. Just he's earned every second he's gotten on the pitch. He's done a great job this season. Sent long, and Juan Uribe will just tap it back to Velasquez. First safety. Lipchinski on the left side. Uribe driving forward, finds Perry. One touches it to Fontanaza. Fontanaza one touches it down the sideline to Kevin Contreras. Contreras dumps it in, over to Perry. A lot of pressure on him, and I do like his idea on that first touch. He just lost sight of that sideline.
But that's just great defense by Stockton to keep the pressure, even inside the box. They try to cause a mistake, and unfortunately Max Perry just took a little bit too much of a touch to go out of bounds. But again, great defense by Stockton, who's been, again, defensively lights out so far. Stopped everything that's came their way from this Montclair State team.
Again, it's just that last play by Montclair State, that last pass, that final run, that's the only thing missing to their puzzle right now here in the semifinals, as Montclair State almost just got beat, but Reed Carson and Chesney at the same time getting ready for that one. Going to be a foul against Carson, or for Carson, I should say. He took a shot.
And that was Kieran Sunderman, who, again, scored last game as well. In the first round game against Kane, and wow, he did that. He played that perfectly. The ball was up in the air. What you're supposed to do is run through the ball. You're not supposed to use your feet. Try to run through it, and that's exactly what he tried to do. And almost got a lucky bounce off of the kick, off Chesney's kick, and almost was one-on-one with net.
Perry brings it down, tries to keep it, uses his body nicely, and will retain possession. Finds Diego Flores. Flores to Fontanaza in the middle. He's got some room to work with. Fontanaza on the outside, and just poked away by Stockton. Tom, I saw you lift your hand. I wanted to see a shot as well.
I wanted the shot. You have so much space there. Take it. Take it. You have to take that shot there.
And he has a left foot. Fontanaza could crank one from out there. And I think he thought about it, but just one touch may be too many.
You see the space that you have in front of you. If you have enough space where a defender isn't trying to stop that ball or even block it, again, you have enough space. You have to take the shot. It does not matter where you're at on the pitch. I know you're down 1-0, but again, the best chance there was that shot.
Contreras on the outside. Perry tried to overlap and just a little too strong on that pass. Max Perry tried to fight Tommy Trimble for that ball. Stockton keep it. Luisius down the line. A foot race, and Juan Haribe does a great job cutting that one out.
And this Montclair State defense has been stopping all the counterattacks by Stockton so far in this game.
Loaisius, an over-the-back run perfected by Stockton, and just a late foul against Montclair State. It'll stay right here.
Another set piece for the Stockton Ospreys. Last one you just saw, the goal came from it. And again, they're very, very dangerous on these set pieces. You have to watch out. And I know this could be a little too far out, but a shot may even be coming. I wouldn't be surprised. He scored the last one. I wouldn't be surprised if he took this one and tried to put this on net.
It's a little further out, but not by much. You are right. And I think this will be – we got tricked last time. I think this will be Anthony Matos.
I don't know. You have to go back to the goal scorer.
Maybe not. Ochka sends it in the far post. Ian Chesney with the head on that one. A crucial header. Reed Carson will just clear it away. But Montclair State right now just caught on their heels. And Fontanaza is not giving up on that play. Perry turns it over. Actually redirected right back to the feet of Carlo Altamirano. Cut out nicely by Mantos. Joseph Carbone with the fancy moves. Carbone tries to dump it in. Reed Carson covering on that right side. And going to call a Stockton throw-in as a couple subs come on for the Ospreys.
It looks like Reed Carson. Oh, he's fine. He's fine. But Reed Carson's kind of sliding into that right back role, as usually he's there as the right winger up top attacking. But it looks like Altamirano did come shift into the center defensive mid role, and now kind of having him as that last defender, as if he was playing as Osman Mendez.
He took his fair share of shots today, physical hits. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's a little shaken up, but you know how he is. He doesn't quit, and he wants to stay on the field and fight for another NJAC championship. As Altamirano tries to keep it and bring it down. Stockton still going. Ian Chesney with that final tackle to end that attack. Here comes Montclair State.
Use the space.
Diego Flores has a ton of space on that right side and poked away again by the fullback, which is number 13, Noah Jones. Loaisius on a breakaway. Could be offsides. Flag stays down. Loaisius cut out by Ian Chesney. You got to watch out for that far post run by Carter Bailey.
They're calling for offsides. I saw that perfectly. He was perfectly onside off that kick. The speed he has is just absolutely amazing. Loaisius just used the speed up the left side and got to that ball. I think that was just a perfectly timed pass, perfectly timed run. And it kind of looked offsides, but I saw that run was made before behind the defender.
Yeah, by the time that ball got there, it looked like he was way off, but I think you are right on that one. Carter Bailey on the corner kick. He dumps it into the box. Perry gets a touch on it. Tries to bring it down. Will he keep it in? He does. Great shoulder from Perry. Still alive. And a huge slide tackle. Maybe cleats up. I think they called a foul. They did. And I'm sorry, that was just a 50-50 tackle in my opinion. Great hustle.
I agree with you. That's just two players going at the ball at the same time. Something's gonna happen. Unfortunately, he missed. He did miss the ball, and an injury did happen. But again, 50-50 ball. Just a bad challenge by both players, and Max Perry unfortunately got his cleat. But this game has been back and forth. I think it's kind of been let's see what we can do, what teams can do, the Stockton, what they can do in offense. Then it goes right back to Montclair State. You have a couple of possessions. Then it goes back to Stockton. What can you do with the ball? So it's kind of been like a ping pong game, kind of back and forth, saying like, all right, you can have your couple of chances. Now we're gonna have our couple of chances, and going back and forth. But again, I think this has been dead even. Unfortunately, just got a set piece goal, and Montclair State are down by 1. But again, I think this has been a dead even game, played right down the middle.
Except if you're Montclair State, you have to at some point hit that panic button because you're down. You trail 1-0. But I agree in terms of just the play itself, very even. Wachko will dump it short. Sent into the middle. Ian Chesney with the head. Initial shot. Follow-up shot up in the air. Reed Carson sends it straight up. Velasquez with the punch. Ball still loose. In the air. Ian Chesney off the line. And it's another goal for the Ospreys. A 2-0 lead now. And I believe that was number 13, Noah Jones. But we will get the confirmation on that goal in just a moment. A gut-punching goal for Stockton.
And as the benches go all the way down to the flag to celebrate. But what a goal there by the Ospreys. Unfortunately, the ball just kind of trickled right into the box. Got a deflection going very, very high. Here's the replay. Ball's up in the air. Velasquez tried to punch it away. Can't really beat it with Lucius. And it kind of just trickles back off the woodwork right into the back of the net. Really can't do anything if you're Velasquez when you have a 6'2" guy going over the ball at the same time trying to get ahead on it. Exactly what he did. And just it's just unfortunate there that the ball did find the back of the net. But now Stockton lead 2-0 against this Montclair State team.
And I just talked about it, but are you pressing that panic button now?
Now you have to. I think you're down by 2. We've seen Montclair State score 2 goals in a half before. Again, they scored 2 goals in the second half against Stockton in the NJAC semifinal. But looks like Ian Chesney's also down.
I think he might have hit his head
Maybe.
on that crossbar. That's what I thought on the initial play. But
2 minutes. Still 2 minutes left in this half. But yeah, if I'm Montclair State, you have to hit the panic button. You have to go out there. You have to do something. Down by 2.
2.5 left to go. And it does look like Ian Chesney will take a step to the sideline. So we're going to see the first of Jake Winchuk into the game, it looks like.
And this is where I think you just have Altamirano kind of slide back there in that center back role.
So right now I think you just want to keep the score as is right now if you're Montclair State. Go into the half, regroup. Hopefully Ian Chesney's okay. But second half, I mean, you got to come out here and play like this is the last half you're ever going to play, which it could be for some of these guys. We don't know. So come out here, leave it all on the field. See Winchuk checking in now. 1 goal, 1 assist on the year.
And I think Tumulty trusts his players, trusts that they can come back out and score 2 goals to try to tie this game up. And I think Tumulty trusts their players.
So we see Reed Carson slide in as a left back. Lipczynski will fall into that center back position where Chesney was. But hopefully this is just a Band-Aid to round out the half. Second half, hopefully he's good to come back in.
Hopefully he is. Hopefully he gets the 15 minutes from halftime, and he can at least come back into the second half. That's going to be a big missing piece if they do not have him in the second half.
Reed Carson on the outside. Draws 2 defenders, still going. And pinned off a couple players. It will be a corner kick. The Ospreys are not too happy with the call.
And now you get this corner, potentially can get a cross into the box. You don't have your main man in Ian Chesney to be on the end of this, so you have to find somebody new.
Reed Carson into the box. On the far post, Contreras try to hit it. Ball still bouncing around. Fontanaza. Diego Flores spins around 2, goes down in the box. Referee says play on. Uribe in the far post. Barlotta just juggled it, ended up holding onto it. Altamirano was on that far post ready to make a play.
And at that point, you have to talk between their players outside the box. You had 3 players kind of right on top of each other. Talk it out. Who's going to take the ball? Who's going to be there? And unfortunately, just could not get a good chance into the box.
45 seconds left to go, as Montclair State will just fire this one forward.
As we just gotten word, Rowan University has beaten Rutgers Camden 1-0 in the NJAC semifinal there in Glassboro. And Rowan are going to be at home for the NJAC final, which is played on Friday.
2-0 lead for Stockton right now. They got to feel pretty excited about that, but obviously a whole second half left to go. Montclair State going to have to take a lot of risks in the second half. 8 seconds left to go. Altamirano through the middle. Flores chasing. 3, 2, and 1. That will do it for first half action here at MSU Soccer Park on this Tuesday. Stockton with 2 huge first goals.
Yeah, and again, this Montclair State team hasn't really been playing they've been playing good. It's not like they've been playing bad. They're getting the chances. They're getting the attacks. They unfortunately just cannot find the back of the net. And Stockton had 2 great chances, one with the set piece and the second one with a mistake in the air. Unfortunately, got a lucky bounce into the back of the net. So I wouldn't say Stockton's goals were completely all luck, but they were goals where, yes, you could have prevented them, but they were also goals that you definitely could have stopped, could have prevented, like I said, but Montclair State can still go down. it's only 2 goals down. It's not like it's the end of the world. You can still score 2 goals in a matter of 5-10 minutes. Anything can happen in the second half.
I think you nailed it, though. 2 mistakes. The late foul by Juan Uribe led to that beautiful goal. And then the second one, the ball bounced around. Velasquez tried to punch on it. And we didn't have a defender to step in and clear that one out. So 2 unfortunate goals for Montclair State. But, again, it's just something you got to shrug off and move on in the second half.
And now you're looking at the second half where, yeah, you don't even have Oz Mendez in this whole game. And now Ian Chesney went down with an injury, may not even come back, and hopefully could come back in this second half. But this team, Tumulty's probably chirping the ear off right now in the locker room, saying you got to get back in this game. It's only down 2-0. You have to try to get some goals. You're getting the chances. You got to find the back of the net. And I think he's talking with all the players that someone has to step up. Someone has to be that goal scorer to kind of start the momentum going into it. So I cannot wait to see what these 2 teams have in store with us in the second half.
And knowing the personality of Todd Tumulty, I can tell you right now he's going nuts in that locker room. And we're going to send it over to our sideline reporter, Vincent Pacone, who has a report. Vince, bud, could you hear us?
All right, guys. It has been a tough game for the Redhawks so far. Down 2-0 at this point. I got a soccer ball in my hands. But the Ospreys have been playing a great game. 2-0 right now. And in games where the Redhawks trail at the half, they are 0-1-1. It's been a tough game so far. If they can come back, it'll be extremely exciting. Personally, I think if they go up the right side a little bit more or try to switch field by going up the left side and switching it to the right, that would be the best way to score and find the back of the net. But as for the Ospreys, listen, it's been a great game for them so far. They've had amazing defense, and they've been able to find a lot of open slots inside the box. It's been a great game for them, and we'll have to see how this one ends out. But back to you guys for now.
And Vincent, I see you with the soccer ball. I would love to see you do some kick-ups or even try to score on that. Like I would just love to see Vincent Pacone do that.
I don't think he has the ability to
You don't
juggle
think so? I think he does. I think he can definitely get 3 or 4.
I don't know.
3 or 4 maybe too much.
That might be pushing it.
How much do you think? Like one, 2?
I think he's lucky if he could have 2, maybe with a bounce in the middle.
With a bounce in the middle?
With a bounce in the middle.
I don't know. I think I'll put money on hypothetical money on him with 3. I think 3.
Anyway, Vincent, thanks for the report. I mean, we're going to take a quick break here at halftime. I think Montclair State, second half, got to get it moving. But from Luke Sirianni and Thomas Gaffney, don't go anywhere. We will see you very shortly for second half action.
if you need people, let me know.
Okay.
Are you doing that again this year?
Yeah, they No, but
That was awesome. By the way, how was Paris? How good are you with juggling?
I'm not. They have a bet. They're gonna lose. Whoever puts 0 is probably the winner.
I want to see this.
I want to get too long. I don't want to get trouble.
Back here for second half action on the Red Hawk Sports Network. If you're just joining us, Stockton lead 2-0 in the 2024 NJAC Semifinals. If you're just joining our broadcast, welcome. I'm Luke Sirianni, joined by Thomas Gaffney Jr. And what an eventful first half. We do have some highlights to show you, which we will get into in just a moment. But it's been a crazy half. I mean, Stockton, two mistakes have led to 2 goals.
It's been a crazy half. Here's the highlights. First one was a Montclair State block shot there by the keeper Velasquez to get it away. And again, this game has kind of been very, very strong defensively between the two teams, and Stockton has been able to kind of stop the shots, but also Montclair State has been able to too.
And then the second one is a save from Velasquez there on that near post, just doing a good job there to keep it out.
And that's what Velasquez is known to do. As that next one comes in, and it's going to be a save there by Bartella. An easy one for him.
Barlotta's been amazing today. And then here's the amazing goal that gave Stockton the first lead. Set piece right in that top right corner. Incredible goal. And that really changed everything.
And that was just an absolutely amazing goal. Just top left corner. You see all the fans, or all the bench players celebrate. As here comes the second goal of the game. Ball is all the way up in the air. Unfortunately falls and trickles right back into the back of the net. Chesney almost got it. Fortunately hits the crossbar. And then Stockton goes up 2-0. Absolutely going crazy. The bench also going crazy as well.
And then this shot on goal by Montclair State. And Barlotta, again, just doing a great job. I mean, we talked about it. He's been so crucial here as a goalie. Both keepers have had a great game so far. Velasquez has made his fair share. So has Barlotta. But right now, I mean, if you're Montclair State, you just want to put everything you got in the second half. This could be your last home game of the season, unless you host for NCAAs, but that's a way to go. You need to get a bid first and all that. You're just focused on conference play right now.
You're focused on conference play. You're focused on trying to get the win here tonight. And if you're Stockton, you're up 2-0. You really, all you have to do is park the bus. They have to go back there with 5 or even 6 defenders, and they have to keep on going. And what Montclair State has to do is they kind of have to play out there. As here's the replay. We were asking Vincent how many keepy ups or how many or juggles he could do, and let's see. Here's the verdict.
1, 2, and you don't agree with me.
That's the third one.
No.
That's the third one. That was 3.
It totally hit the ground.
Vincent says 2.
He held
but
up 2.
I completely say that was 3. That third one was that counted. I think that one counted.
I said 2 with a bounce in the middle. What was your prediction?
I said 3, and I think that was 3.
That was 2.
I think that was 3. By the way, I think that was 3. But Montclair State,
totally 2.
Again, down by 2. They have to kind of try to figure out what they could do to get back in this game. I think all the starters are back on the field.
Ready to go here for second half action at MSU Soccer Park. Montclair have to do everything they could right now.
And Chesney's back on the field as well. Reed Carson still slot back in that in that right back role, with Osmerano playing that center defensive mid position that Ozzy Mendez usually plays.
Second half play underway as Montclair need to come out firing here. Could be their last half at home in the 2024 season. And the Ospreys starting off right where they left off with a lot of physical tackles, poking that one away.
And the Ospreys have been kind of defensively strong. They've been offensively strong as well.
Dumped in by Chesney. Try to find Murphy. Ball still bouncing around. And the Redhawks want a corner.
There it goes.
Looks like it'll just be a throw.
There it goes, Sia, right there with that ball.
Shout out Michael K. Wanaribe. Has a lot of room, looking for options. Finds Logan Nino in the middle. Nino to Epitome. Couldn't bring it down on the touch.
And unfortunately, just a little too hard of a touch. But Montclair State looked like they're going to try to keep the ball.
Wichcott dumps it over. Brought out by Reed Carson, and Epitome drags it down. I cannot stress enough right now how important it is to have Ian Chesney on the field.
Yeah. And Chesney, he does play defense. Yes, he does stop, but he also stems a lot of the offense with the leg he has, how far he can kick that ball up into the box and make swift passes as well, and to put it right at the attacker's feet.
Shelton drops it in. Logan Nino chasing it and just hit away by Stockton. But I agree with everything you said there. Even aside from the technical ability, just the leadership, just his presence on the field is something that you want, because it was a little awkward to end the half. You had Lubchinski at the center back position. You had Reed Carson playing left back. Just a lot of guys out of position. But right now, your back line is, I don't know about full, full health. I think Chesney is a tough guy. He's playing through something right now. I know he's not feeling great, but he knows what it takes and what has to happen for this team to have a chance.
And Montclair State has kind of been, it's only been 2 minutes, but they've stemmed a couple of chances so far.
But in terms of chances, I mean, for shots on goal in the first half, Stockton had 4, Montclair had 1, and then total shots, Stockton also outscored Montclair in that category 7-5. So they need to get something going here quickly. You do have 45 minutes to work with, but no reason to wait that long as Rojas charged forward, and it was poked away by the Stockton defense. Montclair keep it.
And Rojas took the space. Just unfortunately, when the space started to get smaller, the defenders took the step and got that away.
Juan Uribe through the middle. And Stockton right now looks like they're just playing full defense, park the bus mode. And right now it has not worked for Montclair State. They have not been able to weave through it early on.
And the Redhawks are taking the space, but just unfortunately getting the ball away way too. They're holding on to it way too long. If you take the space as much as they give you, you got to get it away right when right when it collapses. You can't just keep on and waiting for it to try to get a touch around a defender.
You're going to need some crazy tiki-taka play to get through this one because, look, you have all 11 guys behind the ball. Or right now it's actually 10, but now it's 11. Stockton poke it away again.
And really the only way you can kind of maybe counterattack that is obviously a mistake, as play always happens, but also maybe just send an extra attacker up there even too. But the problem with that is that you leave too many guys up top. You don't leave enough guys in the back to where if they do start a counterattack, it's going to be very hard to stop.
And although I haven't met Coach Tumulty personally, I feel like I've started to know him really well. I'm telling you, in about 20 minutes, if they don't score, he's just going to start taking gambles, sending another guy up forward. And even if you mentioned that you're gonna take a risk because you're on the counterattack, you might be cooked. But right now, you have one half to play before your NJAC season potentially comes to an end. I don't think right now he's worried just yet, but got to have some sort of faith here that you're gonna get something going. And we also haven't seen Salem Ellisy today, somebody who obviously had a big impact last year as a freshman, scored against Stockton, but it's maybe somebody else that you could potentially be missing as Reed Carson took a shot there from Kieran Suderman, who that was the player that scored the first goal against Kane in the last round.
And now Montclair State has kind of a good free kick in a very dangerous position where it looks like Nino's going to be on it. Maybe you can get something into the box to try to cause some confusion with the defenders.
Yep. And Ellisy should have mentioned before, also unavailable. We actually saw him on our side of the stands here in the first half. So great set piece for Montclair State. Chesney's back in. Logan Nino on the play here. He's going to send it in. Nino to the middle of the box, drops it in, and just past the foot of Reed Carson, who almost got a touch on it.
And that ball was saved from going out of bounds too, to save the corner. But again, Montclair State just getting the chances. They had a great chance there. Unfortunately, just no one was on the ball in the middle of the box.
Andre Shelton tried to track that one down, but not before it got to the hands of the NJAC Rookie of the Year, Brady Barletta.
And Montclair State still creating chances. But I like what you said about Tumulty, where, yeah, you get inside maybe another 20 minutes. I say inside the 20-minute mark. If there's no goal scored for this Montclair State team, that's when you start sending the players up. Who cares if they get another goal? You have to get 2 goals back to try to tie this game up so you can go into overtime.
Altamirano too short on that pass. The Ospreys are on a counter, and a lot of contact from Lubchimsky, but luckily let his hands go on that one to keep the referee from calling it. Switch to the far side. Stockton making a run for it. It's going to be a race, and Velasquez off his line, already playing like such an experienced goalie as a freshman.
And that's what you want to do if you're Velasquez back there. Play off your line, and you see a through ball. You know Luicius has the speed, but you got there first off your line. And that's just great play by Velasquez.
What I will give Montclair State credit for right now, although they're down 2 goals, they've kept Luicius very contained. He's their top goal scorer this year, 8 goals, 1 assist on the season. And although he's been dangerous, he hasn't had an actual shot on goal, which is maybe something you could look at as a bright spot. Nice move there from Loganino. He switches it, finds a Epitome, and just couldn't get that ball down on the first touch. What a chance that would have been.
And what a ball by Nino to collect it in the midfield. He took the space, tried to get it over to Epitome. Unfortunately, took a little bit too strong of a touch, and it went wide right of the net. But that was another crucial chance here by the Redhawks.
Stockton was just ball watching on that play, between letting Logan go all the way across and then Epitome had nobody near him. He had 10 yards of free space. You just can't allow that at this point if you're Stockton. You can't afford that. Ian Chesney on the right-hand side sends a long ball to a running Andre Shelton. Shelton battling out in the corner with Noah Jones. Poked away, still alive. Noah Jones with a Maradona to keep it alive. But I'll tell you what, Stockton seemed a little rattled the last few minutes.
And that's exactly what Noah Jones just did over there. He collected Andre Shelton, got off the ball, and then Epitome came over trying to do something, try to get around him, just stood his ground, poked it away, and kept the possession of the ball for the Ospreys.
Reed Carson on the right side. Finds Giancarlo Altamirano. Juan Uribe. Montclair playing a very high line here early in the second half. Alfredo Rojas over to Shelton. Epitome on it, and again poked away by Jones.
And they're getting chances through the midfield, trying to get open.
Epitome spins off the throw. A lot of contact in the box and nothing from the ref there. I don't think it was intentional, but there was a lot of contact inside that box.
There was contact indeed in the box. Delicious just went down, but again,
Advantage played.
advantage played, lost advantage. He's still down, but again, a lot of contact in the box with Epitome. Fortunately, it was not called. Now, this Montclair State team still causing counterattacks. As you see, Stockton not attacking as much anymore. Like we said early on, they're playing as many players back as possible. They're playing 6-7 guys back there so that they can try to keep this lead 2-0. But Montclair State is still trying to find the first goal of the game for them. And again, I think they feel it, that it could come. It could definitely come and change the momentum, but they're just unable to finish it and find the back of the net.
So we have Luisius down, and then Reed Carson just got back to his feet. A lot went on right in front of us, right in front of the supporter section.
You had the challenge in the box. That was Epitome. Then you had a couple of challenges on your side. It's getting physical in the second half so far.
That's what we didn't see in the first half. It was very controlled. But right now it seems like tempers are already starting to flare. A little bit of frustration from Montclair State. And if you're Stockton, I mean, you're up 2 goals. There's no reason to play into this game.
But that's how you kind of try to play a team and get them off guard, is if you get into their head and start, you're going to start playing physical, and this team's like, all right, well, you're going to play physical, I'm going to play physical. Even if you have a 2-0 lead, you get into somebody's head, and they could maybe cause a mistake or even cause a challenge inside the box, and you can go and try to get a goal from a set piece or even a penalty kick.
That's what you're hoping.
Here comes the replay off of the first chance there by Epitome. Just unfortunately, just too hard of a touch. It went wide right. But that was probably the best chance they've had in this game so far.
And talk about where he would be right now if Epitome brought that down and put it in. I think that would be – Montclair has a lot of momentum shifts when they play here, and that would have – I think that could have potentially changed a lot. So we'll see Luisius take a break off that foul. Reed Carson on his feet and looks like he's okay to go to continue. So no changes for Montclair State. Clock stopped at 37 minutes and 33 seconds.
It looks like Lewis is just going to come right on after the play resumes.
A lot at stake right now for both of these teams. I don't think any of the top players want to sit out regardless of pain. Reed Carson down the line, no look cross, tries to find Rojas on the far post. But again, you look at Stockton, they're just right now just packed behind that ball and squeezed so tight in the middle. It's going to make it really difficult to thread a ball through. Loganino in the middle. Drops it over to Altamirano. Shelton Swarmed by 2, still has it. Andre Shelton in the middle. Brought down by Nino. A volley off the post. What a chance that was for Montclair State. Logan Nino that time getting in on it.
And that could be a momentum changer for the Redhawks. But what a shot by Nino right there. But what a control there by Shelton on that left side.
Reed Carson straight up in the air. Barlotta had the hops to hold on to that.
Wow, what a chance for the Redhawks. Unfortunately, just hits the post. But hopefully that could change the momentum of this game to hopefully get the Redhawks to get going and try to create even more better chances. Here's the replay right off the post, off to the right side. Again, an amazing chance for the Redhawks.
So 2 huge chances that Montclair State potentially could have had. I'll give it, Logan couldn't have hit that ball any better. I thought it was going in, to be honest with you.
And you just catch the goalkeeper Barletta off guard. Didn't even know where the ball was. It was just a whole jumbled mess right in the inside the 18. And a shot that if it was right a little bit, it would have been in the back of the net, and Montclair State would only been down a goal.
Uribe driving through the middle. Give and go from Shelton. Still on Uribe. Uribe fires and just wide right. My goodness, potentially the most easy chance they had today.
And the momentum is shifting. Juan Uribe hyping out the crowd here, as you see. And again, that was just almost. Here's the replay. Goes through the whole defense. Goes around one more. Takes the shot. Just unfortunately wide right. But another great chance in this half for the Redhawks.
Well done from Andre Shelton, too, to not only set him up, but continue to drop that ball back as Shelton and Barlotta collide a little bit. And great awareness from both keepers here. They've been off their line a ton today.
Yeah, and that's just amazing awareness, like you said, Luke, by Barletta, to kind of trickle right, try to come off his line and then stop it. And he may have just saved another chance for the Redhawks with that kick away.
Lepczynski dodges a defender. Rojas over to Nino. Still Rojas fires a shot. And Noah Jones again on the block, but right now, Tom, you mentioned speaking of momentum, my goodness, is it changing?
I think that those 2 chances just lit a fire under the Montclair State team. Now it looks like they're just going to keep trying to keep going.
This game could be tied at least right now. Lepczynski down the left-hand side. Montclair have numbers in the box. Owen Murphy and Shelton. Epitome driving in. He receives it. Up in the air. Sam Epitome. A lot of contact, but referee says nothing there. It's going to be a goal kick.
And it's starting to get physical inside this 18. A lot of contact, like you said, Luke, in the last kind of 10 minutes. A lot of challenges. Does that mean maybe a penalty could be, maybe a foul inside the box could be brewing for this Redhawk team?
Buckle up for the second half. Here we go. 34 minutes of madness to continue.
Hey, Carson just keeps going down. Playing through an injury, and he's playing out of position. He's playing right back. Usually he's playing that right wing position.
So we're going to see a quick water break because of the timeout. I mean, Tom, I would say if Logan hit that shot, I would probably be sitting here right now saying they are coming back tonight. But I'm not ruling anything out yet because there's a lot of time, and last 5 minutes or so has been all Montclair State. It's been on the right half of the field.
Yeah, and I think the whole second half has been kind of all Montclair State. They go out there, they come out, and they're like, all right, we got to get these 2 goals back. We're just going to keep going, and that's actually what they've been doing. And I mean, Stockton, yes, are kind of giving them the chances because they're playing more defensively in the second half. But Montclair State, man, 2 great chances that could result in goals. And now they see that, oh, wow, a goal is closer than we think. Like, it's right there. Like, we're tasting this goal. They want to go out and get it. And they keep knocking, can't find the answer, but hopefully eventually they can find that answer.
Well, this is the risk when you park the bus. Sometimes it works great, but other times, look what it's doing to Stockton. It's like they've collapsed. Even though they're sitting back, it's not working. Now in the first half, they played normal. I would say they were a little bit defensive, but not all the way defensive. And look how much better they were. I think some teams, you're not gonna defend well against them if you park the bus. I think you just got to continue it. And
the puppy. There's a puppy in the stands. Got a little poodle. But you see there's even fans up in Red Hawk Deck as well. Got fans from everywhere.
Keeps you warm up there for sure.
But like you're saying about parking the bus, it's kind of it works, yes, it's effective. You have too many players back. But the ball is always in your side. The ball is always on your end. And that's where you have to come that's the risk where it comes with parking the bus. But also, it makes your players very, very tired as well because they're just going to be keep on attacking, keep on defending.
Epitome to Andre Shelton on the inside of the box. Swarmed by 5. Ball's bouncing around. Logan Nino almost brought it down. And regardless of all the Ospreys, Montclair State still finding chances. It's going to be a free kick. Altamirano got taken down.
Little late for the call by the referee, but the right choice. But Altamirano goes down. Now the Redhawks have a very good chance. Another great set piece in a dangerous position.
So Logan Nino, Owen Murphy, and Ian Chesney standing over it.
Here's the replay. Gets around the one defender. Tries to get around the second one. And there's the challenge in
100%
by the Stockton
right
defender.
call.
100% right call. Now I have a very good set piece where it looks like you have Chesney, Nino, you have Owen Murphy right over the ball. They're trying to think what they should do with this set piece.
3 players over the ball. Ian Chesney steps up, fakes it. Logan Nino fires a shot and an amazing save from Barlotta.
And that's what you like to see. A very close shot, very good shot. But Barletta just plays his line perfectly. And just all he has to do is kind of trickle right over. And another great save, great positioning there by Barletta.
Logan Nino right now for me is Montclair State's man of the match right to second. It's doing all of the above. And it's not because we're from the same town, I promise.
We got a lot of players from this Bridgewater town. It's kind of a, I don't know what's in the water at Bridgewater between soccer and everything.
Epitome taken down. Looks like Stockton's starting to get frustrated.
And I agree with you. Nino has been absolutely amazing. He hits the woodwork. An amazing shot there off the set piece. He's kind of been everywhere as that center attacking midfielder. And he's really, really good at cutting in and trying to knife in, trying to get the shot. And he's been getting open shots, but unfortunately just cannot get them to fall.
Owen Murphy sends that cross in and taken out of the air by Juan Uribe. A little too high. He had a lot of time to trap it, but not his fault for not knowing.
Yeah, you have to trap that one. You have to try to get it. You see no one's in front of you. I know you could kind of sense who's behind you, but if you can try to trap that and get the open shot, that's another great chance by Uribe that unfortunately just goes wide right or over the net. I think Uribe and Logan Nino have been the 2 players that have kind of tried to stem this Montclair State comeback.
And you could just feel the energy on the field. I think you just need 1 goal to get the crowd back into it like they were at the start.
I think you just need 1 goal for these players to know that there's a chance and that you could definitely score in this game. 31 minutes left. I say you have 10 minutes before you just keep trying to knock on the door and just send everybody up.
They're so close, and if they grab one of those early chances, I think this game is very different. Reed Carson on the right side. Fires it to Epitome. Sam Epitome easily taken down. The referee said there was nothing on that play.
I don't know. I saw a clip there, but again, just got to play on.
Lepczynski trying to find some pathway through the Stockton line. Great tackle there. We have a parent yelling, "Step up" to Stockton. I pretty much agree with that, honestly, because right now they're just compact and they're getting destroyed.
Yeah, they're trying to stay in a straight line in this back 4, but unfortunately it's just kind of leaving you flat foot, and you're just letting them take as much space as possible in the front there, and they're just allowing to do 1-2s.
Epitome through 3. Tries to find that baseline, deflected off an Osprey, still in play, and he will shield it out for a corner kick.
And as right there, as you see a pacey winger kind of try to go up. If you're playing that back 4 and you're kind of playing flat like that, or a back 5 and you're trying to just play across, it's really hard to stay in unison in that straight line back there when you have a pacey winger in like Epitome and they try to get around you. You kind of fall out of line, and that's when the mistakes start to happen.
Osman Mendez from the right side on the corner kick. Sends it into the middle. Luisius clears it. Epitome drops it back to Murphy. Sent in, and we'll do it all over again.
And I think there's one easy fix for the Stockton team to try to contain Montclair State, and that's still playing a back 4 or even a back 5. But as you know, the stopper sweeper kind of formation where you have 1 player in front, 1 player in behind, I think that perfectly kind of stops every counterattack that Montclair State can do.
Murphy into the box, and a charging Lepczynski is met up with a Brady Barlotta. I'm going to say this right now, for a goalie, Barlotta's taken a lot of physical shots today.
Yeah, he has, and he's been putting his body on the line. He's been doing everything that goalkeepers should do, coming off his line and making tough challenges. He's been a key contributor to this Stockton team.
He's holding his ground, too, as well as holding onto the ball. It's been very impressive from him. Two very young goalies. We have Brady Barlotta, the sophomore, and then Alexander Velasquez, the freshman. I keep forgetting how young both of these two gentlemen are. They've been very solid today. Reed Carson on the right side. Deflected off two Ospreys, and it will go for another corner kick. Montclair State right now just dominating is an understatement.
And they keep going. They're attacking up this right side, and they keep getting the corners. Hopefully one of these corners can fall, but they keep getting the chances.
Second half stats have been a very different story right now. Montclair State 5 shots to Stockton 0 as Nino drives it in. Epitome cuts back, hits it with the left foot, deflected off an Osprey, pinging around that box. And Owen Murphy will send it over back to Rojas. Nino puts in a cross. Brady Barlotta once again meeting Andre Shellen at the ball and coming out on top.
That's what you do. Come off your line, get to the ball first before the attacker can even try to jump. Exactly what Barlotta did. Just amazing goalkeeping once again.
Barlotta deep to Loaisius.
What a touch.
Amazing touch. Alfredo Rojas all over this one, pressuring it and keeping it in. Montclair throw.
That's just great by Rojas. He kept it in. Fortunately, fell back to an Osprey, but fortunately, a long touch comes back to Montclair State, and now they keep possession of this ball, try to attack even more.
27 minutes left to go. Montclair need 2 goals to tie, 3 to take the lead. As Stockton lead 2-0 off of 2 mistakes, potentially. But of course, Stockton still executed them. Looks like the Ospreys are a little more spread out. I don't know if they changed their defensive formation. They're not as compact and tight in the middle. Altamirano on the outside. Met by a very physical Noah Jones. Gets through Jones. Switches it over. Lipchinski. Thought about a shot. Stockton didn't allow it. Uribe. Sent it across to the far post. No one home. Back to the top of the box. Rojas. Owen Murphy. Finds Shellen on the left. Andre Shellen. Cross. And we'll see another corner kick.
I like that cross there by Uribe. It falls back. And unfortunately, a mistake back out to Rojas. Rojas sent it back out. I feel like you got to send that back in the box. Use your left foot. Try to get it into. But you want a corner from it. But the last couple of corners, really nothing came for them.
Montclair State corner kick. Logan Nino, the server from the left-hand side. He drives it in. Right back to Nino. He'll do it again. Puts it in the box. Try for a third time. Third time's the charm. Logan Nino cuts inside. Sends it in. Left foot cross. Uribe chasing it. He will get it. And a lot of room on that outside. Got to talk here. Epitome, a lot of room to work with. Driving towards the middle. Finds Carson on the run. Reed Carson tried to lay it off for Uribe, and there was a big miscommunication there.
Have to communicate there. It's not out yet, though.
Rojas back to Uribe. Feel like we're on a hockey power play right now. A lot of attack from Montclair. It's been constant. Ian Chesney, watch out for a cross here. He'll switch it instead to Uribe. Just a little too much.
And they keep getting the good chances, especially attacking up into the baseline or the goal line for Stockton. Unfortunately, just can't get anything inside the box. But Montclair State, they keep the attack and go. They keep trying to go. And they just, again, they taste the goal. They know it's coming. They want one. They know that there's a goal waiting for them. Just cannot find it.
Stockton right now, looks like their only offensive tactic is kick it back and defend. Very different from their first half mentality. But regardless, still up 2-0. On the outside, Reed Carson. Finds Rojas. One touch to Nino. Nino drops it back. Got through. Epitome on it. Sam Epitome, left foot shot. And Barlotta just tipped it over.
And that's just a great shot by Epitome. Takes the space. Just great goalkeeping, too. If Barlotta couldn't get to that, as he saw that he couldn't, he just tipped it right over. You'd rather save a goal than, or you rather save a goal than concede one. And at least I'd rather take a corner as well than a goal.
Loganino plays it short to Epitome. Epitome swings it in with the right foot onto Shelton, bouncing around to Ian Chesney. Chesney shot and just hit the side netting.
And that's another corner for the Montclair State. I guess it took a deflection, but they just keep going. And the pace is going to pick up here for the Redhawks.
I think a goal's on the horizon. Owen Murphy sends it into the box. Lipchinski attacked it. Stockton cleared it away. Carson back into the middle. Lipchinski lays it off for Epitome. In the air, still alive. Lipchinski redirects. Shelton chases. A lot of bodies in the box. Epitome in the box goes down, and it's a penalty for Montclair State.
I called it. Called it there. I knew it was going to happen. Montclair State have just been so clinical with their footwork inside the box that one challenge is going to make a step. And now it looks like Montclair State has a penalty. Epitome looks to be over this penalty. But you knew that was coming. The chances kept coming, and this could be the turnaround for this Montclair State team.
So we will see Samuel Epitome step up to the spot here. And Tom, I mean, we knew the goal was on the horizon. 8 goals, 2 assists for Epitome, leading the team. And he is in such a big moment right now on this penalty spot.
And you've seen a couple of players kind of step up from the spot. Mendez, you also seen Chesney. Now you see Epitome.
Samuel Epitome steps left, steps up, fires a shot. Goal, Montclair State. They're back.
And that's what you like to see from this Redhawks team. They get the goal back. Crowd goes wild. And now you're only down by 1 with 22 minutes left. If I'm Stockton, I am now shaking because Montclair State has been all offense in this game. Here's the replay. Epitome takes his time, takes the long run up, and then just buries it home for the first Montclair State goal.
Gave no chance to Barlotta as well. Hit it high on the top netting as we see women's soccer in attendance. They have a big game tomorrow in Glassboro.
Have to go to Rowan. If Montclair State wins this game, to go to Rowan too. Stockton would, whoever wins this game goes to Rowan. It's going to be a long commute.
Semifinals for women's tomorrow.
Semifinals for women. If they win that, man, this women's team, very strong. But got to look at this game right now, where this game's not done yet. 22 minutes left.
It's just getting started, Tom. 22:51 left, and that goal is what they needed. It was long overdue as well. From right off the kickoff at the second half, you felt the goal on the horizon. As Stockton on the other end try to get their first attack. A lot of contact. Referee says play on. Nothing there.
Yes, this referee has been very strong with what the challenges or with the calls he's made. A lot of physicality in the box, but he doesn't call it.
Altamirano over to Uribe, who has a lot of room to work with on the right side. Carson tries to switch it to Shelton, and it's a perfect pass. Andre Shelton on the left side. Montclair packed this box in. Deflected off ahead of an Osprey. Stockton right now are on their heels. They got one guy forward, and he's a lone guy. It's going to hit, and that ball by Chesney kicks right off our press box.
I thought it was going to hit me for a second.
We have a little gap in the window. I thought it was going to go in there maybe.
Maybe with the camera that's up there, very close to it. That's what you do. If you're chasing the ball and you don't really have anywhere to go, just kick it away, kick it out. Best thing you could do as a defender.
This game is far from over. Just getting started. I would argue Montclair could be winning this game right now. That Nino ball went in, it's tied, and then you want to pick out one of those other chances that you missed. This game could be very different, but again, Montclair State not giving up. Coach Tumulty probably had a fiery speech at halftime.
He did. And it seems like instead of the miracle on ice, it's the miracle on the pitch here tonight.
Epitome and Carson showing off the skills. And Epitome dragged down. Referee says no foul. Play on. Not a fan of that call. Leishus poked away by Uribe. Montclair retained possession. Logan Nino gliding across the field.
And he's going to take that space.
Montclair getting players up the field now as Andre Shelton drives past the defender. Still Shelton, and he's going to earn a throw.
Still got 20 minutes left in this game, a very long time to just get one goal back to tie it, to try to send this into overtime. But Montclair State's been in positions like this. Just again, this Stockton game, they were tied 1-1 going into the end. They had to fight adversity going into the second half in that game as well, down 1-0. And now they're down 2-0. They got to go back looking for the next one.
Chesney into the middle. Brady Barletta has had a day today. This game would be a lot to a little with Montclair in favor, I think, if Stockton had a different keeper. And Uribe just took a shove there from Luisius late. Got to control this game right now. And the referee will do so with a booking.
But now you feel the crowd. You feel everything. You feel the fans. You feel the bench. You feel just the Red Hawks trying to gain as much momentum as possible to get this last goal. And if this goal does come, this place will go electric.
Stockton is getting frustrated. They're yelling at the ref. They're fouling nonstop. They're pushing players. They're yelling at each other. This is the last thing you want right now.
And this is what happens when you be physical. Like I said earlier on, even if I know you're down by 2, but just be physical, be there, get inside their heads. If you get inside the Stockton's team heads, which I think they have right now, they cause them to kind of start making mistakes. Start making like mental mistakes, mental errors to try to get away through on net to try to get an easy goal.
Shout out to Jake Winchuk's older brother, Mike Winchuk, throwing a water bottle to Logan Nino, giving him a sip on the sideline. Anything to keep these guys into the game. So 20 minutes left to play, 2-1, and I have a feeling Montclair State could potentially tie this one. They just got to get past the very strong Brady Bartlotta.
And they have once with the penalty. It's the same thing with Stockton. The first goal was a set piece. His first goal for Montclair State was a set piece kind of. It was a penalty kick, but. Now again, if you can just get hopefully one mistake by this back line, as you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players basically playing that back line, like playing a 4-3. It's going to be very hard to get through there, but they have been causing as much pressure as possible. They've been doing a great job at it.
Contreras back into the match as well, as Luisius will begin his attack, but got to give a pat on the back to the assistant on the far side, offsides.
That was a good call there. He had a one step forward above Chesney, and that was a great call.
Again, we thank you for joining us on election night as well for this great NJAC semifinal matchup. The winner will play Rowan on Friday in Glassboro, if you didn't hear us earlier.
At least you'll probably know who the winner is here tonight. I don't know about that with the election, but at least you'll know. If you should be watching, you'll know that someone will win this game.
Going to be another Red Hawk corner off of a not-so-clean header by Dawson Joseph. Yeah, tonight's swing state is who's going to be in Glassboro. That's the only thing we got.
There you go.
Logan Nino on the corner kick. Montclair all dominating this half. The 6th corner of the day. Nino drives it in. Barlotta with the punch and potentially saved another major chance.
And that's just a great idea to come off your line to try to save a header from coming into the box. It's a
Murphy,
great chance.
no look cross. Stockton right now putting it all on the line. Just every single ball, they're beating them to it, but they are beating themselves up right now.
But on set pieces, they've been very, very good with the corner kicks. They've been able to kind of stop and contain what Montclair State has been trying to do, trying to put it near post and trying to get an easy kind of shot in through behind. And it's just been working for the Stockton defense to stop them. They've had 5 or 6 corners so far in the second half, and they have really not been able to create any offense off of them.
Hold on from Juan Uribe there to just cleanly shove his defender out of bounds and keep possession. Montclair State right now looking to tie this one up with 18 seconds to go. Okay. Will their NJAC season continue after tonight? Alfredo Rojas begins the throw-in. He's somebody that has had professional experience, trained with the U17 and U21 Guatemala national team. Very cool. Lots of talent here at Montclair State. And you would think, how great would this team be right now if Osman Mendez was on the field? Man.
It would be, that midfield would be crazy.
Epitome went down on that play. We'll continue. Lipchinski charging forward. Lipchinski fires. And wide left, but I love the bravery.
I love the idea to try to take it down. You had a little bit of space, take the shot. Good chance by this Red Hawk team. They're going to keep the shots coming with only 17 minutes left in this half, or in this game.
Stockton are hanging on barely. Ever so slightly. And it looks like they have no game plan right now except just kick it out of bounds and defend. You're playing the wrong team to have that as a game plan right now.
When the game does get this close.
Great job from Chesney.
When the game does get this close and you're kind of parking the bus, what I like to say is you see ball, you kick ball. That's what it is. That's what my coach used to tell me. If you see the ball, you just kick it away. Just kick it away. I don't care if it's out in the stands, if it's all the way through into the other parking lot. Don't care. Just kick the ball away. That's the best game plan you could do with 15 minutes left in this game if you're Stockton.
Altamirano got taken down. Advantage is played. Murphy blocked on the cross. And Altamirano slow to get up. So right now Stockton have 10.
How many players in the box
10.
right now?
10. They have 9. They have 2 outside the box. They have 9 players in the box. 8 field players.
And that's what you want to do. If you're Stockton, you just got to crowd the box as much as possible. Park the bus.
I don't agree. I think
don't agree.
I don't think it's sustainable. I don't.
You don't think it's
look how the second half's been going. It's
yeah, but if you can hold
Montclair is all over them.
And they've been holding on for the last 25 minutes already. I think it's been working. The only problem that they had was the penalty.
I don't know. I think if you take away Brady Berletta's, Manuel Neuer-esque saves, I think this game is very different right now. And look, it's been in this half the whole time. I don't know. Time will tell. Contreras drops it back to Uribe. Ian Chesney thought about a cross. He fakes it. Lipchinski drives in, finds Nino. Sends it over to Epitome. One more pass on the right-hand side. Kevin Contreras on the right-hand side, puts in a cross. And Osprey's just swarming that ball.
I like the chances.
And Uribe just never letting anybody pass him one-on-one, right? Just one of the best defenders in this conference.
I like the chances that are kind of trying to go up the right side and crossing them into the box. But unfortunately, just because Stockton is playing parking the bus, there's about 10 people in the box, like you were saying. So it's really hard to try to have that ball fall to a Montclair State attacker. I don't know. I think you have to get something outside of kind of that 6-yard box and try to get something maybe closer to near where the 18 is.
It's tough though. You can only, with how crowded it is there, you can only get in. You can only move so close.
And then even if you get it outside the 18, potentially you could maybe try to get around defender and maybe have them cause a challenge. Maybe try to get another penalty.
Hit the 15-minute mark for the remainder of the game. And we'll see a goal kick for Stockton. They right now are just getting through every little play, but the clock is their best friend, I think.
And this is going to be a crazy last 15 minutes of this game. It's going to be absolutely insane.
Luisius receives it deep. Juan Uribe pokes it away. That's been my favorite matchup today, the Uribe-Luisius matchup. He's almost been man-marking the guy all game, and he's done an amazing job. Chesney sends it deep. Contreras brings it down with his chest. He's got time. Here's Altamirano looking for an option. Finds Murphy on the outside. Throwing. Altamirano fires in a cross. Non-stop crosses from Montclair State. Going to be a throw-in off a high cleat. Or a free kick, I should say.
Getting the attacks keep going, though. Fortunately, just getting very unlucky with where the balls are landing off the attacks. 13 minutes left. Have to send some crucial counterattacks. Try to get some balls. Try to get some shots on net.
Chesney wins the header, flying over his defender, or his opponent. Uribe, very risky, and flicks it over another. My goodness, is he brave.
That was very risky because you had Luicius right there that was trying to run through that ball. That was very, very risky, especially as a 6'2" attacker.
Uribe just did it, no, nothing crazy, just another day. So calm.
Did it twice, too.
Twice. It's been quite a couple minutes for Montclair State in terms of testing the goalie, which they've done constantly off that whistle to start the second half. Brought down by Lubczynski. Luisius spun Chesney around, and honestly, not a bad foul to stop him there.
And I agree with that. You make the challenge there because he almost got around almost got around Lubczynski and Chesney. You had to make that challenge to try to stop any counterattacks.
Lubczynski in the books there with a yellow. But again, I'm gonna defend him on this one. I think it was a wise foul, if you believe in that. You stop that course of play. You didn't cross midfield, and you slowed everybody down. Now your whole team is behind the ball. That ball is sent to absolutely nobody. It's going to be a Red Hawk ball. Red Hawk throw. Velasquez getting bored back there, just received it on the throw. Shelton chasing. And Barlotto will send it back the other way. It's going to be a foot race here. Uribe just taps it back, so calm. And he's got players on his back every time, and he just doesn't faze him.
And that's just so smart, too. To know where you're at on the field, to know that Velasquez is right there, just head it back, and he can just collect it and try to kick it up as far as possible.
Nino finds Epitome. Cuts on the outside, blocked on the shot, and Stockton trying to clear it out. Redhawks keep it. We'll try it again. Uribe switches it to Chesney, a little too soft on the pass. It's a 2-on-2 foot race between Loisis and Velasquez, doing an amazing job off the line. Over to Epitome, and what an assist that would have been off of just a clearance.
I don't know if he would have been offsides or not, but that's exactly what you want to do as your Velasquez. You have to come off your line. That's why coaches tell you, yeah, you should be playing way far off your box if that ball is all the way on the other end, because something like that could just happen, a through ball out of nowhere, and he was in the right spot, right time, just had to kick that away. Just great goalkeeping, great awareness by Velasquez.
Yeah, I believe he was offsides too, but I guess we just won't know from here. It was a hard angle, and you can't forget the speed Epitome has. As we will see Reed Carson back into the game. Looks like Altamirano will take a breather. This team, I don't. Coach Samulti right now, I think, has the substitutions mastered, because this group that's been on right now has been done an amazing job. And Reed Carson, for me, was one of the better players in the first half.
Yeah, and Reed Carson now finally going back to his normal position of right wing to try to stem some offense. But now it looks like they're kind of just playing Uribe back there with Chesney and Lubczynski. So not much defensive help now if you're going to pull your one defender.
Well, you're at that 10-minute mark. You need to tie this game, and Uribe's earned that trust, too, to be back by himself, regardless of what he's had to deal with. He's made it work so far. As Reed Carson gets his first touch of the second half, he drives that ball into Contreras, and a perfect cross. Even better defense from Stockton. Luisius on a foot race, still going. Uribe on it, chasing. Still Uribe. and he pokes the ball away. That was clean.
Yeah, I think Luicius over there wins an Oscar right there. But I don't know. That was clean. I think the ball got poked away. Right call by the referee, and now it's gonna be
Uribe's going through it
a
too.
corner kick. Yeah, that was just very. He just used as much speed as possible to kind of go down there.
Got the ball first as well. Owen Murphy is furious. I cannot get. I love Juan Uribe's play style, man. It's like Pepe. It's like Pepe mixed with something else.
I think that's perfect. I think Pepe is perfect for him.
What I'm saying is,
Plays just like Pepe.
not many guys are confident to slide in the box. You miss the ball. Don't forget he got a yellow in the first half. He's sent off immediately, and you're given a penalty. But every time it's just like he's doing the right thing. He makes the right decisions. So we're gonna see the first Stockton corner of the half. It's weird to see them on this side of the field.
Not many players going up. You still have 3 players staying back just in case of a counterattack.
Smart move. Into the box, far post, almost snuck into that back corner.
Now Montclair State under 10 minutes to go. They've had 10 shots this half. Stockton at 0.
It's been the storyline of the second half. You wonder if this game ends 2-1, you're going to look at those first half errors, and you're going to look at those chances you missed in the second half. Which, I'll tell you what, if Montclair State played both halves, this game would be potentially over. But ball's flicked into the middle. Velasquez chasing, and he dives on it. Great job from him. He's just one step ahead of every play.
That was just a great flick by Luicius as well. Didn't know where he was at to try to flick it across the box, but great play by Velasquez to be on top of that.
Uribe finds Carson. Still Reed Carson. Epitome on the left-hand side. 8.5 minutes left to play. Contreras over to Nino. Getting his shirt pulled. No call from the ref. Stockton on a counter now. Luicius. Not a problem for Ian Chesney.
A lot of physicality right outside this box. As another player's down. There's a lot of physicality so far to end this game, and with only 8 minutes left, it's gonna be great to see what Montclair State can stem and what Montclair State could do to try to get another goal to tie this game up.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It looks like, as well as, exhaustion, Stockton's cramping up too. They've just been non-stop. And you could argue all-out attack is difficult, but all-out defending is even more tiring because you're just sitting back getting hit with the ball. Think about how many headers each guy on Stockton has hit in that box. They've all, at this point, gotten a touch with it.
And they 100% have to feel where it's like they're getting a little bit too tired. Now here comes the break for both teams. But you're getting a little bit tired. It's just constant attack. At least you're getting just a little bit of a momentum stopper, yes, for Montclair State, but at least you get a little bit of a break so that you can catch your breath and get everything going before this last 8 minutes of this game. But again, the Stockton's defense they've been kind of collecting everything that Montclair has been giving them. And if it's from corners, Montclair had 6 corners this half, and they've been able to stop it every single time. And no open play goal yet, just the penalty from Montclair State. They've been playing absolutely lights out, and they've been playing amazing. I think that's the MVP of this game right now, this Stockton defense.
If it holds, I would agree with you totally.
Yeah, if it holds, that's the thing. I still think even if it holds, if it's 2-2, I still think they stopped all game.
Brady Barletta's my runner for man of the match right now. I think he's made more saves than you could say. The Stockton backline's done great, but I'll tell you what, I think the keeper, actually both keepers potentially being 2 of the top players on the pitch today, as the referee is almost ready to resume. We have 8:13 left on the clock here at MSU Soccer Park. Could be the last game of the season for Montclair State, which is crazy to think of right now. Again, we thank you for joining us here on Tuesday night. We're looking forward to how this game shakes out. Sent into the middle. Reed Carson fires and luckily just tipped off a Stockton defender. Otherwise, that would have been the tying goal.
And that is another great shot by Montclair State. Carson just finds it right to his feet. And another great shot, but unfortunately just cannot have it fall.
A late hit there on Lipchinski. Referees all over that call.
Chesney looks to send this up as fast as he can. So he's going to have Velasquez take it so that Chesney can go up and make a presence of himself in that 18.
Velasquez on the kick at the 50-yard line, right in the middle of both benches. He drives it in. Off the head of Carson. No problem for Barlotta.
It's a great try by Carson to try to get it into the box. Try to find some, unfortunately, just a little bit too hard. And Bartoletta just can do anything about that. It's just right to him. Collected it. Too easy.
Stockton trying to get it going again. Luaisius guarded by Nino. Nino following him, tracing him into that corner. And Dunn, amazing, just flicks it off his leg.
That was just amazing play right there. To flick it off Lewis's leg to win the ball back from Montclair State. He was trying just to trap the ball in the corner.
Lipchinski on the left-hand side. He's got room to work with. Montclair pushing forward. He switches it over to Nino.
Good switch with a lot of space.
Murphy overlapping. Nino switches it long to Carson. Alfredo Rojas doing a great job hustling to win that ball back. All ball there on the tackle.
Use the space.
Chesney sends a ball in, and Barletta picks it up.
Good chance there. Just trying to hopefully have Barletta kind of spill one. Reed Carson was right there off the mistake if it did happen. But another great chance by Montclair State. 5 minutes, 45 seconds left in this game.
Ian Chesney sends it backwards. Stockton, 2-on-2 attack. Actually make it 3-on-2 now as they drive down that right-hand side.
3-on-4 now.
Carter Bailey sends one in, and Velasquez made it look easy. Five minutes left to play. Velasquez sends it long, over the top. Contreras. Andre Shelton will keep it in. Montclair State needs something soon, and him and Epitome did not see eye to eye.
Fortunately, just a little bit of a miscommunication. But those errors are going to come down to the final moments of this game. Can't make that many before this clock ends. And with little chances left, that could have been crucial. We got a "Let's Go Stockton" chant starting here. We got to. Where's the "Let's Go Montclair's" chant? We got to start doing that.
They have a solid fan base here on the away side. All right, under 5 minutes to go. Montclair State got to get something going now. This is the time where give it another minute and you just got to start sending guys forward nonstop. Shelton. Rojas is taken down. Free kick to Redhawks. Got to move quick here with the clock ticking.
And this is where I think you start as he's stopping the clock, actually.
Smart. Great job.
This is where you start sending players up. I think you maybe keep one or two behind. And this is where you just keep everybody on Stockton's side of the field, even close to the 18. Just keep everybody up there, and you're going to put as many shots on net as possible.
So Nino on the kick again. Everybody in the box looks like Murphy is home. Nino puts it in. Off the head of Carson. It falls to Uribe. Still Carson. Nino's calling for it on the left-hand side. He receives it. Loganino steps up, fires a shot, and just sneaking in almost on that bottom left corner.
What a save there, but Barletta plays his line well, knew that the shot could be coming. Great shot by Nino, but unfortunately, just another amazing save by Barletta.
Stockton got numbers now. This is what happens when you send extra bodies forward. Owen Murphy tracing back. Bailey, cross to Luaisius. Shot fired, and Velasquez keeps the team alive. My goodness, he's been crazy today.
And you got to keep on. You got to get this going because clock is rolling. And unfortunately, that was just a really good chance by Stockton. And now momentum kind of sways back on their side, especially with the game clock. And they could kind of take as much time as possible if they really wanted to until the referee starts saying you got to move it along. But this is a good chance to time waste in this game.
It is, and that's what Owen was yelling about. Stop the clock. And the referee just took a couple seconds. Stockton drive that ball in and just over the top. Could have put the game on ice right there.
Now only 3 minutes left in this game. Trickling down, got to go fast.
Reed Carson. Owen Murphy on the far side. He'll drive a ball in. Shelton chasing it. And Barletta gets to it first, and contact from Shelton's not going to fly with the official here.
Official stops the clock. Trying to save as much time as possible and try not to have Stockton kind of time waste this game out. But again, chances keep falling for Montclair State. Just this Stockton back line, and Barletta has been off his line. He's been absolutely amazing. Positional as well. He's been such a great keeper, knowing where he has to be when the ball is right in front of him, knowing where he has to be on set pieces. He's just in the right place at the right time.
By far the standing man of the match right now, assuming Stockton run away with this one 2-1. 2.5 minutes left to play. Montclair right now, you get that ball, and if I'm Tumulty, I'm telling everybody, get up that field as fast as you could. Luisius
got to get it out.
In a chase with Lipchinski. I don't even know how he poked it away with his head. 2 minutes left to go. Everybody's got to go now. Contreras flicks it down the line. It's going to be a foot race. And he earns the throw. Logan Nino to Andre Shelton. Still Shelton. Left foot cross in the middle. Barletta does it again.
Barletta's there. He can hold on to it. Under 2 minutes now. Just, again, Barletta's in this right spot at the right time. He knows when to call up his line, and he's been doing it all game. Absolutely amazing.
8 clean sheets this season, and you can count it maybe 9 if you don't want to count a penalty, if you want to just talk about open play. Got to go quick here. 1.5 minutes to work with. Velasquez sends it long. Contreras tries to bring it down. Ball still bouncing around. Chesney controls. Epitome brings it. Shelton. Nino. Nino to Shelton. And a lot of contact. No call from the official.
I don't know. There was a lot of contact in the box there once again. And what hold-up play there by Nino to send it back to Shelton. Unfortunately, just maybe he got clipped. But the referee said no penalty. Now it goes out. I think it's actually a Stockton throw-in as well.
Now, from up here.
Here's the replay. Ball goes into Nino. I don't know. He made the contact first with the ball.
Yep.
But then the contact after, I don't know. I think it's a clean tackle.
I was gonna say from up here.
That was a very good tackle by the Stockton
Got
defender.
the ball first, but you could. But think about what he could have done if you got in there second late or second too early. You're talking about a second penalty. That's the thing. I played defense all my life, but man, I don't know. You're in a playoff game. I'm not sliding. I'm not going to slide tackle somebody in the box. But these players here, they know what they're doing clearly. We saw Uribe there with a dangerous tackle. Again, all clean. But you want to talk about what could have happened if you missed? Ooh, the consequences go on. Oh, Uribe just spun back a defender, a player who would have had a breakaway. 1 minute left to go. Luisius. Uribe again pokes it away. Nino got stripped on that time. Luisius in the middle. He got it. He receives. And just looks like he missed the ball. Nino pokes it away. Wow, Montclair remain alive.
Have to get the ball back in their own feet.
Loganino sends it long. Ian Chesney up there all alone with 5 Ospreys. Sam Epitome going forward.
Needs some help.
25 seconds left to play. Epitome swings it over to Kevin Contreras. Contreras fires up a shot and might have been a deflection. We'll see what the referee says.
Should be a corner.
They said it's a goal kick.
Wow. That was really close. stopping the clock, but his yellow card awarded, which I honestly think that should be a corner. I think it went right through the defender's legs, but it did get clipped. But that's a different, we have the different judgment call up here, as we can see a lot more, but 8 seconds left in this game. It doesn't look like they're going to get another chance.
Yeah,
that could be the Red Hawks season.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The Stockton Ospreys book their ticket to Glassboro on Friday night for the NJAC championship. The Red Hawks just falling short, 2-1. And Tom, we could talk about this game forever.
Just an absolute and amazing battle between two teams who, one is coming in hot, Montclair State coming in as the second seed, as the home field advantage, and now came into this game, the second half, an amazing second half performance by the Red Hawks, but just an amazing performance for the Stockton Ospreys in the first half, getting a set piece goal off the corner, or off of a free kick, and then getting another goal right before halftime. And again, this game just came down to the wire. Montclair State could not find another goal to tie this game up. Now Stockton go ahead and now go on to face Rowan away down at Glassboro.
Yeah, so Montclair State last year won 4-2 in the NJAC finals against Rowan. They will not be the defending champions again this year. So huge for Stockton, though. We talked about it in the pregame. Would you rather have the day off or would you rather play the game? Now, we said we'll talk about it after the game. I think Stockton's lucky that they had the game against Kane. They won in extra time. They had one of their best players score an amazing goal to send them to the next round. And Montclair is going to look back at this one, Tom, really deeply, maybe in the next week or next couple days. Early mistakes in the first half just really put them in a bad spot.
Yeah, just mistakes where you could definitely prevent, and with fouls right outside the box, you could definitely prevent those. And unfortunately, just gets a set piece goal. Then unfortunately, one that just falls right in the back of the net. But again, I think Montclair State has played well. 14 shots in the second half. They tried to stem some offense in the second half and try to get 2 goals back. And I think it was a great effort by them. And unfortunately, just can't fall short. A lot of players graduating. I think there's 11 players at senior night the other night, 11 or 13. But again, there's a lot of players on this team that are leaving, and this will be their last game unless they come back, which I don't see. Maybe some of them comes back for a graduate year, but again, a lot of these players are leaving.
Yeah, it's a tough scene to see for sure. And you see the stats of the day. Shots on goal 7 and 8 and 6 for Stockton, and then Wachaka and Columbus with the goal, and then Epideme with the penalty. But again, I can't stop looking forward to the second half here. I mean, you played so well. You couldn't finish some of your chances. Loganino today was unbelievable. He hit the post, and there are just chances you wish you could have had back, which you're not going to get back, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's good chances too. This team has so much young talent that have come off the bench who have made a role, played their part in this team. And again, you could say there's a lot of gaping holes, but I don't think so. I think this team comes in next year, and they're going to be a great one. They have a young team coming in, but this game just again got to put it past you. You have to look on if you're Montclair State. But again, just a harsh loss, unfortunate loss. But I think they played their part well. Stockton just came in prepared, came on 1-2-1 against Kane, and used that momentum against Montclair State. And unfortunately, just Montclair falls short by 1. But great season nonetheless, and an amazing season for all these seniors that are leaving. But again, next season they got to keep their heads up and just look onto it.
Yeah, and I think they do have a very bright 2025 season in the horizon, because we saw tonight six freshmen, and it was something, it was something special that this team put on the field. We saw some great players, and I think that is going to do it for the Red Hawks Sports Network. We want to thank you for joining us. I'm Luke Sirianni. He's Thomas Gaffney Jr. And to the Montclair State Red Hawks, it's going to be the end of the men's soccer season. But thank you for joining us. Everybody have a good one.